Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight with Dr. Raj Ramnanan, the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. The largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters. Sexplosion on Power 102. Empowering you.
I put this as one of my future songs. You know, as me have a playlist on my Facebook. The more people like it. I'll let you a little while because with this kind of weather,
We need the tea.
we need it. with this kind of weather, we more than need it.
And it's that man.
Yeah.
It's just drizzling, you know.
You know, I pass through some. I'll make sure.
You have to cup this with both hands, yeah? He gone.
Like a plane.
I know that. Toot, toot, toot. When you write your dive, yes?
Eh?
When you write your dive,
No, I just put it up. I just waited to re-cue it. Instead of cutting off behind all of us.
you take your time. You in charge, you know.
Eh? No. You the director.
I wouldn't tell you. No, I'll go to
Okay. Your boy could control him. Well, thank you for staying here with us on Power 2.1 FM, and we do welcome you to Sexplosion with your host, Dr. Raj Ramnan, and Op Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center. It's in Augustine. And a very special good evening to you, my big brother.
pleasant good evening to you.
Well, first and foremost, I must say congratulations to you. I see you won a T20 in a thrilling fashion. No, you hear
After
the
losing
word,
too.
you hear the word I use, a thrilling fashion. So,
I don't know what you mean by that, but you'll explain.
no, but no. Well, I'll tell you something. At a certain time, I thought it was all lost. Yes. I thought
You have
it
no
was all
faith in your team, eh?
faith. No, when I saw the bowling was going on a string,
Oh.
One.
We have to get rid of some of the bowlers.
Yes. But I guess
Some of the guys we have there shouldn't be bowling. That's what you tried to say, eh?
Yes. We won't get into names, but I guess you, as a cricket lover, you have watched the game and you know exactly what I'm speaking about.
Or who you're speaking about.
Yeah.
Take that red right off it, bothering me.
They could imagine me like I'm driving like you're at a stoplight. So how are you? How is
What a
it?
week.
What a week.
What a week. We had a wedding in the family over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
Monday, that headline in the Newsday hit the country like a thief in the night. With the depiction of the disrobing of a woman on the front page.
Yeah.
So I had to call in and explain, and I think people in Trinidad, they don't like to be educated on anything that is Hindu, and they don't like to be educated on anything that is Indian.
I thought about you, eh?
I called in the evening program and I explained to them why that was an insult. I went into details. The next morning, the Honorable Minister, who was the acting Attorney General at the time, was on the air and he said that, it was a voice of one that was making a protest. Of course, he said that and he said some other things, and I had to call the program after the 8 o'clock hour to explain to the Honorable Minister that it wasn't a voice of one. It was many people who in Trinidad found it to be insulting. And if you understand Hindu history and Indian culture, and this is not so much culture but Hindu history, you'll understand why something like that is considered to be an insult. And I went on to explain why, and then I made it clear that it wasn't one person who was affected by it. Of course, when I saw it on the newspaper, I just threw the newspaper aside and I said, I'm not even going to read it, because you're not supposed to do something like that. Secondly, I wanted the Honorable Minister to educate himself, because he seemed to be an educated guy. He's a lawyer and whatnot, and I thought, well, maybe he should educate himself by reading and finding out more about Hindu history. And I made it clear about these things and why it would affect the right-minded Hindus in society. And then, of course, when I called the morning program, Richard asked me, well, why did Satmaraj said there was nothing offensive about it? But Satmaraj has his own axe to grind, and he has a feud going on with the other Satnarayan Maharaj, and that's why if the Satnarayan Maharaj, the first one, says that it was an offense, he will take the opposite side of it, because it's a feud between both of them, and we Hindus understand that and we know what that is about. But Satnarayan Maharaj is not the voice of Hindus, and we have made that clear many times. Even when he say things that supports us, we make it clear that he is not the voice of Hindus, and every right-thinking Hindu out there knows that. And up to today, there are still people protesting about it. And of course, you see what happened to the minister later on in the day with the flooding thing, and his own people running him, and that should tell you something. And that's what you call karma. And of course, I have to tell Zina this. She always uses this word thin skin, but Zina have to understand that if she don't care to know about Hindu history and Indian history, shut your mouth. Don't tell us we're thin skin, because every time we stand up for something, we're thin skin. And I don't like when people say that. We're not thin skin. As a matter of fact, we're the most tolerant people on this earth. We have been ruled by people for 1,000 years. We were made slaves for 1,000 years. And as Mahatma Gandhi said it, and he said it so eloquently, do not mistake our humility for cowardice. And that's why we beat the mighty British. No other country did it, No other country beat the British, And we beat them not with war, or not with guns and bullets. We beat them with peace. So if you don't care to know about Hindu history, shut your mouth. And for all those who out there who don't care to know about it, shut your mouth, because you don't know how it affects us. And you could call in this program. You have the right to call in this program and any other program to voice your opinion, but I am on the air. And I could say what I want to say, and I am the voice of the Hindus out there. Because this is a Hindu, Indian, Trinidadian who talks about sex. And I educate people about sex and other things, not only sex. I talk about many different things on my program, about being a true Trinidadian, a patriot. But the minute you talk about anything that is Hindu, people come down, you drum down your throat. You know why? Because they are intimidated by it, that's all. We have the oldest history on this planet. the oldest recorded history, the most accurate history. All it was the Mughals and the Islamic people tried to destroy it. The British tried to destroy it. They stole from it. They brought the numericals 0 to 10, show it to the world and say this is Arabic numerals. It was Hindu numerals. They stole it from us. Everything that was stolen from us. Bunch of thieves. Only thieves. Everybody was go to India to thief. Right? So when I talk about things here, I talk with authority. I know exactly what I'm talking about. So many a times when a Hindu stands up or says something, the first thing that people jump on and say, you're thin skin. Take it for what it is. Well, when I saw the minister being wetted, getting wet, I thought it was a skit. So I took it to be a joke. Just as he thought that was a skit too. If your own people could do you that, what do you expect? But you see, that is karma. Hindus believe in karma. We believe in instant karma. You do something, you go up against a Brahmin, you're going to get it. You're going to get it instantly. Instantly. We see it happening all the time. And they are Hindus, you know. Some people might call the program and say, I'm a Hindu. And I agree with what I see there. But if I ask them to say one mantra, they can't say it. If I ask them to say one prayer in Hinduism, they can't say it. If I ask them to quote one saying from the Hanuman Chalisa, they can't say it. So I just tell them, shut up, you're not a Hindu. You may be born a Hindu, but you're nothing.
But
you're dregs.
But you're not a true Hindu.
No, you're dregs. And those, of course, who leave the religion, same thing for them. But again, like I explained to everyone, I had to explain this to Richard, who understood it perfectly well, that you could be any religion and embrace Hinduism, and we do not cast you aside. You could be a Christian Hindu, you could be a Muslim Hindu,
welcome them.
You could be a Hindu, you could be a Sikh Hindu, you could be any religion and Hindu, you could be Jewish and Hindu. As a matter of fact, if you don't believe me, look at the beginning of this movie called Life of Pi, and you'll see it explained there at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Because we are embracing, we are not divisive. We don't push anyone away.
Well said.
Every religion that was persecuted on this earth found comfort in India. The Jews, those who were persecuted in Africa, there are islands that belongs to these people in India, and they were protected. The entire villages, they are protected. So when I hear people saying we are thin-skinned, they are the ones who are thin-skinned. They can't understand that. And I dislike it, especially when Zina says it. She says it many times. Many times. And I don't like that. Not because you're a fan of the program doesn't mean to say I can't tell you as it isn't.
No, well, I mean...
The same way you could say something, I could say it too.
Yeah.
And I could prove what I'm saying. Why use the word thin skin when we are defending what we consider to be an insult? Okay, if you don't see it as an insult, fine. Fine, I have no problem with that, but I'm explaining to you why it is an insult to us. And understand it from that level. If you have any intelligence, if people have any intelligence and you come and you explain to me, Raj, this is offensive to me because of this. I'll say, okay, I understand that. It wasn't offensive to me. But yes, I could understand why it would be offensive to you. It's like the Jews. You know, I'm a Hindu.
Well, yeah.
The holy sign for the Hindus is also the swastika. But we will not reveal the swastika when we dealing with a person of Jewish culture.
Okay.
Because then again, Hitler stole the swastika from the Hindus. Damn thief. Everybody steals from us, you know, all the bunch of thief all over, you know. He stole the swastika from the Hindus. He stole the Aryan, the whole concept of Aryan race, and turn it around.
You know, you just educated me there. I never knew that, eh?
Yeah, the swastika is our holy sign.
I never knew that.
It was the sign given to Lord Ganesh by Lord Brahma. That was the symbol given to him, the swastika. They call it a broken cross. That's not a broken cross. That's a swastika. There's a meaning behind it.
But I tell you something, I'm pretty sure that you educate a lot of people.
Well, that's what we do on this program. This program is about education.
I'm pretty sure a lot of listeners...
This is a Trinidadian who is a Hindu, who is an Indian, educating people about different things. Not only sex. We'll get to the sex part in a while. But I'm here to educate. I've been educating for 18 years and I continue to do that. And I do a damn good job at it. Because I know those same people who condemn certain things about my religion and my belief
Yeah.
They'll damn well listen to this program and grab all the information they could grab it. They lie down in their bed right now in this cozy nice weather, and I have to leave home and come out in the cold
And sit down with me.
and sit down with you and watch your face to educate them, you know. But I don't mind doing it because this is my duty.
No, but, yeah.
And that's another thing about Hinduism. We believe in our duty, especially if you're a Kshatriya.
And you enjoy doing it, as a matter of fact.
Especially if you're a Kshatriya. And for those who don't know what that is, go and educate yourself and find out what is a Kshatriya.
Very interesting.
And we are defenders of the religion and the belief. That is my role in this life, you know. When you're born a Kshatriya, that is your role in this life, you know, to defend your religion till death, you know.
Ah,
Or to the death, you know.
interesting.
That is the role given to you, you know. At all time, defend that, you know. Defend your race and your religion.
Wow.
That is your birthright, you know, mister. Well, all people wouldn't understand that.
Yeah.
And there are many who embrace other things, and they don't even embrace their original belief. They grab onto something else that was forced down their throat. Hindus don't do that. We have our own thing and our own thing only.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
So let's get into the substantive matter here, which is sex.
Well, I want to kick off something with you because something that
I wonder where you want to kick off with me. I feel it's the same topic I have for today, but go ahead.
No, I doubt. But I'm pretty sure you heard about the ban on toys that coming into the country.
But that's my topic for today. There's no ban on toys.
How I picked that up? And
But there's no ban on toys. There's no ban on toys because it never allowed it anyway.
yeah, but I'll tell you something.
You can't ban something that is already banned.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something. I was watching one of the leading TV stations.
And the Dotish people put up a bygone and a peach. CNC3, why all so stupid?
No,
A bygone and a peach, all you go put up to represent a penis and a vagina? I find that was so childish.
I couldn't understand because.
But they're stupid and they're coward. They are stupid and they are coward. Because if they have a news item, you see how stupid they are. Let me tell you how stupid those people are in that newsroom. And I'm saying it openly. If anybody listening from CNC3, you all are stupid. You don't have a news item coming from America. And somebody gets shot in front of a pawn shop. And they have the advertisement for the pawn shop and whatnot. They will broadcast that. They will do it, you know. Because it's coming from America. But we can't think for ourselves here.
But I was surprised of that what they showed at that particular moment, because when I was watching the news and I heard that there was a ban on.
But there's no ban.
toys.
There's no ban. That's what people fail to realize. If they've been listening to this program for the last 18 years, they will know that it was never allowed anyway. It's against the law. That's why I've been fighting them for 25 years. I've been fighting customs.
I remember. You
How many times I've brought
you
up
have
that on my
discussed-
program?
Yeah, you have discussed that. Yeah.
25 years.
Yeah.
For 25 years I've been fighting customs, and if you don't believe me, go down to customs and ask them for the records. It's there. And I will continue to fight them, and I'm glad it come out this way, because now we're going after them hard. Now you'll see me on the news. Because I'm fighting for the rights. I'm fighting for the same rights of all those thin-skinned people out there. For all those persons out there who just call me thin-skin or call my race thin-skin. I'm fighting for them too. So the right to have a dildo or vibrator in your house if you want to have it. I'm fighting for you. You ain't go fight for me, but I'm fighting for you. I'll teach them a lesson. I'm going after it. I've already contacted the relevant people,
Yeah.
and we're going to go after them. A letter will be sent out early next week, and I'm going after them.
So you're not sitting on it.
No. My duty in life is to change the way Trinidad and Tobago deals with sex. I will go down in history as the person doing that. I've done it in the past, and I'll continue to do it.
Anyway, folks, taking your time, it's now 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. You are on the inside of Trinidad and Tobago #1 nighttime program when it comes to sex education. Sexplosion with your host, Dr. Raj Ramnanan, of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center of St. Augustine. Yeah.
Somebody asked this question, and since they asked me, I'm going to explain it to them. This is from Sweetest Jam. I am not of the Hindu religion, but would like to know exactly what happened. Can you explain to me what happened exactly? Well, The depiction on the newspaper was of a woman being disrobed.
Yeah.
She was in a sari and she was being disrobed by two guerillas. And the guerillas were supposed to represent PNM and the woman was supposed to represent UNC. I don't know why they put guerillas as PNM. I find that so offensive also. First of all, in Hindu history, there is something called the disrobing of Draupadi. Draupadi was disrobed by the Kauravas because of a bet. But because she had a burden from the Lord, no matter how much they pull on her sari, they couldn't take off her sari. More sari just keep coming. Right? But that led to a war. Now this is not a fictitious war, this is a war that actually took place on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. It lasted 18 days and it ended with a nuclear explosion. For those who don't believe me, go to Hastinapur right now and you'll see the grounds are still radioactive. The grounds are still radioactive. But this robing of this young lady, and that's what it is. It has nothing to do with the yellow sari or pink sari or red sari or blue sari or cream sari. It has to do with this robing of a woman, which is trying to rape a woman. That is an act of violence. That is what led to the war. As a matter of fact, Duryodhan, which was the head of the Kauravas, the one who actually caused the whole war, when he exposed his thigh to her until she sat on his thigh, that is how he was killed. His thigh was broken and he had to suffer to death because of that. But that is Hindu history, and this is not something that was made up. This is our history. So when I saw that, from the time I saw it, I said, what's wrong with these people, boy? They have any idea what insult they're doing to the Hindu community? Well, of course, they did not know. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they did not know. So I called to educate. This, which is what I did on Skippy's program, and I did it in the morning program. I called to educate why it is offensive to us, right? And it was a simple explanation. And as I said, those who were ignorant of the facts, simply go and read, research it, find out why it is. This has nothing to do with the yellow sari. It has to do with disrobing a woman in public, and that is what Duryodhan had done to Draupadi, and that led to a war. Right? So, it is as simple as that. But if people couldn't understand that, I could understand, well, yeah, they don't understand that, but of course it was offensive to us. So a simple apology saying, well, we didn't know, we're sorry, and move on. That's all. That doesn't make me thin-skinned. So Zina, get that into your head. And I'll keep on calling her name with that because this is not the first time she has used that word thin-skinned to refer to Hindus and Indians. We're not thin-skinned. When we stand up for our right, why are we thin-skinned? We're very thick-skinned. We'll take licks. But when we're ready to fight back, be aware. Be very, very aware. Be very, very aware. When the West Indies team was the strongest in the world, India put a katas on them. Be aware. Be very, very aware of that fact. We don't take things lying down. We very...
We stand up for your rights.
We don't get engaged in no war. India has the longest history on this earth, and they have never invaded another country. Never. As a matter of fact, if you read India history, the last war they had with Pakistan, when they reached the line of control, which was, that part of the land was still part of India that was taken by Pakistan, they did not cross the line, the LOC. You know why? They do not invade another man's land. All other countries do it. We don't. And I have to say we because I'm an Indian and I'm a Hindu. And my Hinduness and my Indianness come from India. Full stop. But I'm a proud Trinidadian. And if Trinidadians don't understand certain aspects of being a Hindu, I have to educate them. I have to edify them. I have to give them that information. That's my duty.
Yes, well, I mean, you have the information.
It doesn't make sense sitting on the information and allowing it to just be there. And then we're talking about the crime situation. The doctor that was shot in Sangre Grande, he's a...
Anyway, let's put a pin. We got a call on that line. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello? Your dotish ass, that is not what I'm saying. So dotish. See how stupid he is? See how stupid that person is? That is to tell you the level of ignorance and stupidity we have in society. That's not what I'm saying. You have no history. You're from Africa, you have no history. That person has no history. He don't even know his history. He can't even tell you anything about his history. He don't even know what state he came from. There's no country called, there's no land called, no country called Africa. But he cannot tell you which part of Africa he came from. We could tell you exactly what village we come from. And that is what you have to understand. We know our history. My son did a DNA test in the USA recently, and he came back 100% Indian, you know, not 100, not 99%, you know. 100% Indian. I show you exactly what state he came from. Exactly which state, you know, that he came from, you know. So that is when people don't understand. He's an ignorant fool and he wasting money to make a call. But I'll put him in his place. And he'll still listen there. He's so ignorant and dotish in Trinidad language that he'll still listen to the program. Because you know why? This program educates him. And he'll still remain in ignorance. And people can tell me whatever they want, you know. Because the same way they just call and abuse, the same way they just want to do that, I will sit here and explain. And I'm not putting up with no stupidness from nobody. And if you intend to do that, call, I will deal with you.
Okay, well, tell you what we are going to do is go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Sitaram. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, listening to you.
Yes, we hear you.
No. No, I'm a Kshatriya. Tilak Singh. No, well, Ramesh is my cousin. Yeah. Of course, and a Kshatriya job is to defend his race and religion. Full stop. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Sit down.
Well, thanks a lot for calling. You're listening to Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM with the only...
You know, the minute a Hindu or Indian stands up and speak the truth or their right, the first thing people jump on is racism. It has nothing to do with racism. We embrace all. We cannot condemn any religion. That is what the only person you could go by whenever they have a wedding, a prayers, or Diwali to eat of any race is by an Indian, a Hindu. You can't do that with any other religion or race. Tell me that's not true.
No, there you go.
Every person who have had that experience, I want them to call and tell me that they were turned away from a Hindu home when we feed in people. We do it willingly on our wedding or pujas and Diwali time. No other religion or race does that, and you want to tell us we are racial? We open our doors to everyone. Where I grew up in Sangre Grande, I grew up in a street in Sangre Grande with every race and religion, you know. And our home was always open to everyone. Always. As a matter of fact, there was a stone P&M lady who used to live 2 blocks away from me. We and she used to always get into argument at it. And she met me recently. Well, she's now a woman. When we were little children. And she's telling her son, we used to go by Raj and them and eat. We used to go and light deer by them. And she's telling her son that.
We'll tell you what we are going to do is go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
You see, I tell you, he's still listening. Watch how ignorant and stupid he is. He's still listening.
Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM, 29 minutes before 10 o'clock. Our lines are open. 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. If you are sending in WhatsApp and text messages, you can also do that on Dr. Raj private line at 740-1961. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to send out my condolences to Shirley, the wife of Dr. Lakshman. Her and I went to primary school together. Her father used to do some work for my father. I know Dr. Lakshman very well. As a matter of fact, where he was shot is very close, very, 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 very close to a family home right next door, the house next door. I'll explain to you who it is. And it's very sad.
Yeah, it is. It was.
It's very sad to know that this man, what he has done for the community of Sangre Grande for all these years, to lose his life like that. And you know, when you think about what's happening in our society, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all.
Well, judging from the reports that I read in the dailies, I mean, he was a guy that, you know, he helped, and people would have come to him.
Anybody.
They didn't have the fees to pay, and you know, he would have still attended to them.
He is that kind of man. That is a fact.
Yeah.
I could tell you about Dr. Lakshman. I have family members who visit him. I can tell you about the man. The man is a gentleman. The man is a person that is approachable. You could you could have whatever situation or problems or whatever. You could go to him. He wasn't money hung or anything like that, and he was a very simple man. Dr. Lakshman was a very simple man, for what I know. He would line with the boys, you know. Dr. Lakshman he would line with the boys.
Sad.
Yeah.
Really, really sad.
So, you know, you have situations like that. But getting back to the topic of the night, which is, you know, dealing with you see, again, if people think, and you see, sometimes people don't think and think carefully. These laws that are on our books are laws that were adopted by PNM government, you know. In 1976, when we converted from our constitution to a Republican constitution, from the Westminster system, we kept all these old stupid laws, you know. When they could have taken it out and rewritten new laws. But they didn't do it. All they did was copy and paste. They just talk about copy and paste, and that's all it was, you know. Our constitution was copy and paste from old constitution.
Okay, well, hold a bit. We're going to go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hey, man. Mm-hmm.
No, you cannot. You cannot. You cannot. And that's the whole thing. It's a crime against woman. And that's what, yes. Yeah, but if that was done in Trinidad, the first thing they would have said, we thin skin. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. I know that. Well, for time you're Indian and you raise your voice, yeah. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot for calling.
For time an Indian have voice in this country, African people don't like that. Certain African people, they don't like that. Especially those from the old school PNM, they don't like that. And they find we should never talk. Don't talk. Shut all your mouth. Remain in the days of 1956 when they used to raise our hat and bust our head. That is what they used to do to us. That is what they did. Because if you're Indian and you're out in a political arena, they raise your hat and they bust your head and send you home. That's why when they went DB and they take away people thing and they went Lucy Road and they enjoy themselves and they come back, they block the road, they block the train gate in DB and put a cutters on all of them. But they just want to forget that. But we know that is our history. We don't use it against nobody.
Anyway, folks, taking 24 minutes before 10 o'clock, you are listening to Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM, Trinidad and Tobago #1 nighttime program when it comes to sex education with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center in St. Augustine. Well, I can tell you that our lines are open for those of you who would love to interact with him via the telephone. Feel free, 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
But you are dotish fool. Why you don't stop listening to the program? We mash up this country. They bring me here to save this country.
Yeah. 222-8255, also at 612-8255. For those of you who would love to send Dr. Raj a WhatsApp message or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961. You can also send in your messages on our website at Power 102 FM. Yeah.
You forget why Hindus were brought to this country, or? And no Christian come on that ship, you know. It's only Hindu and Muslim, you know. They brought me to save this country. And all the other countries where the sugar estate didn't have labor and whatnot, that's why they brought us here. That's our history. That's not something anybody make up. That is history. Otherwise, everything would have go down the drain. And when people say no Brahmin, I come, they know nothing about history. Because Brahmin was dirt in India at that time when we were under the British rule. Brahmin and Kshatriyas and things had nothing to do. We were being starved to death, you know. 300 million people were being starved to death by the British. Churchill took away food from us, you know. That's why Churchill is not considered to be a hero in any way to any Indian, you know. No. If you're Indian, Churchill is never a hero in your eyes to what he did to us.
Yes.
So know all the history if you're going to call.
Okay, but tell you what we are going to do is go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Good
Hi.
evening. Ma'am, we want to hear you, but something is making noise in the background. Correct, and it should not be disgracing and defiling a woman like that. And that is the point. It has nothing to do with the color of the sari. You don't do that. Yes, they're not educated. That's why I had to educate the minister. I had to do that. Well, don't go there, please.
Well, thanks
Don't
a
go
lot
there.
for calling. Yeah. 222-8255, also at 612-8255. You're listening to Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM with Sexologist, your host, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center of St. Augustine. Yeah.
Sally said, I'm a Christian and I felt insulted as a woman and I speak for all, even if they had to pull off a robe. But I think what they should have, well, I don't think it should have been done that way. I don't think you should defile a woman. And that's what I called about, you know. I called to tell him that you're defiling a woman. You cannot do that. If you, I deal with sex. I deal with women in all form and fashion, right? On a one-on-one, if you want to take out a woman's clothes in a bedroom and have sex with her or do whatever, that is between two consenting adults. I don't believe in doing that to somebody who says no. The minute a woman says no, that's the end of that. You make sure you don't go further. And I've said that 18 years now I've been saying that. You don't do that to a woman. Because that woman could be your mother, it could be your sister, it could be an aunt, it could be your grandmother, it could be your daughter. And you will not want that done to her. Yeah. And that's as simple as that. And if you cannot see it from a human perspective, then something is wrong with you. That's all. Something is wrong with the person who defends that and says, I see everything is okay with that. Fine. No problem. If that's your daughter, or I wonder if the minister or the senior members who were there, if that was being done to their daughter, if they would have said it was okay. That's the question that should be put to them. Would it be okay if that was your mother there, or your sister, or your daughter? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Then it will turn around, you know. Then it will turn around. Then they'll find some kind of defense. First thing they will say, well, my mother will never find herself there. Well, why? If it is okay, why would she not find herself there? So you understand?
It makes sense, yeah.
You understand? That's how you have to look at it. Would you want that to happen to one of your own?
Family member. Okay, we're going to go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Yeah. 2228255, also at 6128255. Trinidad and Tobago #1 nighttime program when it comes to sex education with their host Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center in St. Augustine. Yeah.
Well, Sally says hi to Junior.
Well, hi,
I guess Sally knows you, or maybe she knows of you because you know you're a very famous person out there.
Right, yeah.
And a lot of persons saying that they're watching. I hope you're watching and contributing in some way. But again, like I said, the laws that were passed on to us and the things by which we live today was all brought about by the PNM in 1976, and we have to understand that. So all those who think that they should own a vibrator or a dildo or whatever, know that it was PNM that instituted that law in 1976 when we moved from an independent country to a Republican constitution. And those were cut and paste laws that were just passed on. Right now in England, all those things are out the books. They kicked them thing out long time. Because that's a progressive society. I have had run-ins with customs many times since
Speaking about a lot of years now, 1984?
1984 till today.
Wow.
I have run-ins with customs on that. And it continues. So I know that they place no ban, it's just that they're enforcing the laws that are on the books. But how many PNM people out there is going to say, well, you know, we really kept that law, you know, boy. Well, of course, if they could blame it on UNC and Kamala, they could do it. They would say, well, UNC and Kamala could have do something about it when they was in power. That's the first thing they would have said. Yeah, but all the PNM people who listening out there, I want them to know that. I want them to know that. So if it's going to affect you, know why it's going to affect you. And talk to your councillor and talk to your member of parliament and tell them, take that off the box. Go to parliament and say, we're taking off all these old stupid laws.
Yes, but what are you thinking in terms of these items? Isn't it a personal thing?
Exactly. But it's being used for medical reasons. It's being used as a tool to teach. You know, when family planning goes to different places to teach people how to put on condoms and what they use a replica of a penis.
Yes.
But how could any representation of the human anatomy be illegal? Come on, think about it. How could that be? How could that be? This is a human being. So you want to tell me if a statue or one of those cadavers or whatever they bring in to represent a human form, they'll cut off the penis and cut off the vagina and say it has no penis and no vagina? Come on.
Yes, but when you're thinking...
We go deal with them, don't worry. We go deal with them.
When you travel all over the world and you see these statues, these replicas...
So if you take out a picture of one of that and bring it back, they'll tell you take it off your phone. That is illegal. You can't import it into the country. That's how stupid it is. If they ever went to the red light district and you take out something and you come back on your phone, they go tell you take it off too. Because that's important. Once you bring it into the country, that's important.
Anyway,
How we going to deal with that?
Anyway, folks, taking our time, it's now 14 minutes before 10 o'clock. Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM, the guru of sex education, the only one in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj Ramlana of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
And Izzy, thank you very much.
And if they ignore me, well, it's lit for everybody. Ding dong, ding dong, dong.
Power 102 FM congratulates Winston Bailey, the mighty shadow, and pays tribute as the University of the West Indies St. Augustine campus bestows an honorary Doctor of Letters degree for his astounding body of works as a composer, innovator, and pioneer of the Calypso art form.
For quite a long while, I went into exile.
Born in Belmont, Trinidad, and raised in Lecoto, Tobago, this trailblazer has distinguished himself in many spheres. Poet, philosopher, Calypso monarch, Road March winner, Hummingbird Silver 2003 recipient, and so much more. Power 102 FM pays tribute to Winston Bailey the Shadow all day Friday and Saturday with his music from the bassman to Play the Devil and the euphoric Dingole. With our special guest, Dr. Louis Regis, Calypso analyst, Lennox Toussaint, stage manager, impresario, Roy Cave, musician and arranger, Winsford Jogadavines, composer, Teddy Pinero, music archivist, Minister of Community Development, Culture and the Arts, Dr. Nine Gatsby Dolly, Hochoy Charles, Funny Impulse, The Mighty Chalk Dust, Norma Clark, George Leacock, Gordon Roller, and Winston Gypsy Peters. Shadow, the man, the music and his message, exclusively on Power 102 FM. Empowering you. All inclusive Saturdays on Power 102 FM.
Yo, this is Marshall Montana on Power 102 FM.
With the best music and personalities to power your day. All day on a Saturday. Sir Charles, Chris, DJ Maggie, Gayland, and the ultimate DJ Shane.
This is Capri, and you're listening to Power 102.
All inclusive Saturdays on Power 102 FM. The power of music. All inclusive Saturdays from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. all day on a Saturday on Power 102. Empowering you. Trinidad and Tobago, we're ready, standing united and moving forward as one. We're one people, one nation, and all in this together.
We are all in this together.
Let's do this with Sheva Wilson on Power 102, empowering you.
Ladies, come out and celebrate with me.
Independence Night.
Now this is Christopher Martin. Come and celebrate music, love and life with me at Island Fusion, the concert.
Jean Pierre Complex. The best of Trinidad and the stars of Jamaica. Celebrate love.
With Christopher Martin. The concert to end the summer 2018.
Celebrate the music. Marcia Griffiths.
Morgan Heritage.
Everton Blender.
Romain Virgo.
John Melody. The sweet voice of
Christopher Martin.
TNT Superstars.
X Prime and the Ultimate Rejects.
Pretty.
Azaria.
Limited general tickets $300.
Special Reserve $500.
Available at Cache stores nationwide.
In Excess Arima.
Cleves, Frederick Street.
Reddy's, High Street, San Fernando. Larry Chagonas, Bobby's Bar, Curette.
And all NLCD outlets nationwide.
The Reggae Ride, each and every Saturday from 6 to 10 p.m. on Power 102. The Reggae Ride, with the Empress, Gayland, and the ultimate DJ Shane.
Tune and good music.
Join us for some soothing reggae music on a Saturday.
Real reggae music.
The Reggae Ride. From the old to the new, we play only the best. The Lay It Ride. Saturdays from 6 to 10 p.m. on Power 102. Empowering you. Sexplosion is on Power 102 and now on new days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight.
How come you have only
Dr.
cricket?
Raj
How come you have only
of
cricket?
Sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times
Eh?
we think
That could be
sex
going on?
is
Yeah.
totally
Where, in
below the
St. Lucia?
waist. It is
Starts
not
there,
below
starts
the
back in
waist.
104.3.
It starts in the brain. Your largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters.
That
Sexplosion
rain
on
throw me
Power
off so
102.
much, eh? That
Empowering
rain
you.
throw me off so much.
I know.
Throw me. Well, I can tell you that you are making radio an experience by itself when you are on the inside of Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM. And just to remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. With your host, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center of St. Augustine, where he do treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961. Yeah.
You know, today I was coming through customs. The lady there said good evening. So for a time she said good evening. You know, for a time somebody calls the program and say good evening. I just go into a mode where I correct them and say it's, or they say good night. I say it's not good, it's not night, it's evening. So I stopped and I said good afternoon. So she said, your mind kind of fast. I said, no, I'm just in that mode. For a time you said good evening. It is not evening as yet, it is afternoon. I have to correct.
Yeah, because, and you know, even though
I don't think she was too happy about that.
no, she wasn't.
No. To correct her now.
You know, because I'll tell you something, we have been programmed.
Well,
so much.
that's what I was telling her. I said I am a radio personality and I'm programmed that if once I'm in the afternoon on the program, it's good afternoon. Once it's nighttime, it's good evening.
Right.
If it's morning time, it's good morning, and you're programmed for that.
Yes.
And if you're going, then it's good night.
Yeah, because when you're thinking in terms of a caller calls up at 10 o'clock at night, or let's say 10:30, and they say good evening, you know, sometimes as the caller might think, he telling me good evening and it's 10:30 in the night. You know, it is so, we are so programmed in one way that you expect you to add, hey, good
But
night.
that's what education is all about, you know. For all the years persons have been hearing us on the program, at least that one bit of information to know that morning ends at 12. Morning starts at 12 midnight and ends at 12 midday.
Right.
Afternoon starts at 12:01 or 12.01, right, seconds, and ends at 6. And evening starts at 6 and ends at 12 midnight.
Right.
So that's how it goes. So I have been programmed to do that, and it's something that automatically happened many years ago. As a matter of fact, when I was in university, we were taught that. That was part of, you know, some course that we were doing, and we were taught that. So it's automatic for us to do that. So for example, somebody tells us the wrong time, we automatically correct it. And if you get into the habit of these things, it's hard to break the habit. So when somebody tells you the wrong thing, it's like you correct them, but you don't mean to correct them, but it just automatically comes out of your mouth. I know she didn't like it, that I was correcting her. You know, she started to look at the paper to find something wrong or something, you know. Why you corrected me? I'm a custom officer, you can't correct me.
Yeah.
But
you didn't mean it in
no, I
any
didn't
way.
mean. No, I didn't mean it, and I explained to her why.
Yeah.
I said the minute you said good evening, I know it's not evening, so my mind went into that mode of correction. So, but it's the same thing, you know. We're not always perfect. We always make mistakes. I make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes, but you try to be as correct as possible when dealing with things and when dealing with people. And I tell people when I say something, I try to give all the information that that are correct, precise, educational. I try my best. That's why I tell anyone out there, if you could find anything wrong with what I'm saying, let me know. I'll come off the air. I've thrown out that challenge for 18 years now, and I'll keep on throwing out that challenge. Because I don't need to go and do research on something to come here with the right information, you know. Do you know why? I live it every day. I live the things that I say every day. I live it.
So it's nothing strange.
So when somebody might encounter it and it's new to them, I live it.
You're past it, in some cases.
It's there. It's part of what I do. It's part of who I am. So I live it all the time.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, 3 minutes before 10 o'clock. Nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education. Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM every Thursday and Friday. On a Thursday, Dr. Raj sits in with my brother, Mac Daddy, and on a Friday, I'm here with him until 12 o'clock. 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. Yeah.
Somebody just sent me something, but I wanted to say something, but it will offend some people, so I will not say it.
No, you won't.
I will not say it.
No, you don't want to offend nobody. You start up the program on the right. You start up the program.
Let me don't do that.
No, don't go there.
Lisa says good night, Raj. Asha says love, love, love. Ish, ish, ish.
Okay, well, we are going back to lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Yeah, family.
Good evening. Yeah, good evening.
Hi. Yes, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Yeah. Yeah. No, night. No, you don't say good night. Good night means goodbye. Good night means I'm leaving. No, if you're referring to the night, you could say Saturday night, meaning after PM. But when you're greeting, no. When you're greeting someone, you say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. That's for greetings. But if you're reporting something that happened after 6 p.m., you could say nighttime. It happened in the night. That's reporting, but you have to understand the difference. If you can't understand that, well, I can't educate you further. But if you can't understand, it's a greeting. No, it's not confusing. It's very easy.
Simple.
If I see you in the morning time, I tell you good morning. If I see you after 12 o'clock, I say good afternoon. If I see you in the evening time after 6, good evening. When I leave in, it's good night.
Good night.
Well, yes, nighttime.
Nobody person not leaving, they're just reporting.
I'm not going. If you can't understand that, if you can't understand that, well, something wrong.
Okay, family, nice.
I'm not going to go into that debate. As a matter of fact, anybody who goes into that debate, I think it's futile. No, it's because it's accepted worldwide. That is what it is. There is day and night, 24 hours of day, 24 hours of night. But what happens if he goes in a country like Russia that has 6 months of night and 6 months of day in some parts? What are you going to do? So you'll be saying good night every time then? You understand?
No, yeah,
there are some countries in the world, it's 9 months of day and 3 months of night, you know. You see, when you're not accustomed to these things.
Alaska is one of these places.
Yeah, Alaska and Russia. Remember, Russia is the largest country on this earth, you know. Russia starts from Asia and come all the way to America, you know. It's so big, you know. Russia transcends all time zones at one time, you know, until they sold Alaska to the Americans, you know. They sold Alaska to the Americans, the Barren Strait. That was sold to the Americans when they were friends. When they were friends. That's when the Tsar was ruling Russia.
They're still friends now.
They will always be enemies. They can never be friends. You can't have two superpowers being friends. They'll be friendly, but they're not friends. There's a difference.
So they'll always have something below.
No. You could be friendly, but you're not friends. There's a difference.
Yeah, but yeah.
Because if they were friends, they would
We would not have a problem in the world today.
they will disassemble the NATO and all the weapons and think they'll move it out and thing. But they're not friends.
They're friendly.
If you and I have friends, okay, me and you are neighbors, we are friends. We just break down the wall between both of us. We're friendly, but that wall's still there.
that wall still remains there.
Oh, we don't take down we don't take down the fence between you and I.
No, we don't.
So don't get tied up with them thing. Diplomacy, that's another thing with diplomacy. That's another thing with diplomacy. We live close to the equator. So there are certain things with time zone and whatnot that people will have to understand. But if you travel the world, there are some countries, even America. Right now in America is some parts of America will still be bright. 10 o'clock in the night now. But it's 9 o'clock in the night, it's still bright, you know.
Yeah, especially in summertime.
Yeah, the East Coast and whatnot are bright. So what do you say? Good day still? It's not daytime.
No.
You go by time. It's
That's
evening
important.
time.
Those,
But it's bright. It's bright.
yeah.
So when you go into different countries, you'll understand that. Of course, if you have never traveled the world, I think it's difficult to
Because
understand
by
those
going,
things.
by going into New York in the summertime and 10 o'clock at night and you're leaving and saying good night, you're wondering if you're crazy. Anyway,
So,
maybe folks, taking our time, it's now 3 minutes after 10 o'clock. Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM, taking sex education to a whole new level with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj Ramnanan. Feel free, 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Yeah.
that's why, as a Hindu now, I'll bring back my religion into it. Whenever a Hindu person calls this program, they'll tell you Sitaram.
Sita.
Yeah. That's our greeting to one another.
Oh,
Namaste or Sitaram.
okay. Well, we're gonna go.
And we know that doesn't it's not a special thing. It's
a natural.
It's a greeting
It's a
for
greeting.
us.
Yeah, it's a
When two Hindus meet, if you meet somebody's Kabir Panth, you say Bandagi Sahib, and that's it.
Okay.
And I'll explain that in a while.
Okay, we go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Yeah, as you were saying.
That man's still listening, you know.
This is.
That's to tell you, he's so attracted to this program and this voice that he can't leave this program alone, you know. He lie down on the bed or sit down on the rocker and he eating up himself. He might be getting ulcers and stress. He can't sleep tonight, you know. And I will go and just lie down and fall asleep before I even lie down on the bed. And he eating up himself from now till next week.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, whole weekend he go be chewing up his nails and all kind of thing for Civex.
I tell you, we are giving our listeners what they want and expect from a good radio program at Power 2.1 FM Sexplosion with your host, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center of Senegaston. Don't forget, folks, our lines are open if you would love to interact with them. 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. Yeah.
Like the gentleman when he called and he said that he didn't know I was a Kshatriya. He
Yeah.
thought I was a Sahib. My grandmother, my Aji father, is the one who brought Kabir Panth religion to the country and propagated that religion, that part of Hinduism in the country. But on my father's side,
Yeah.
my grandfather on my father's side and my grandfather on my mother's side were both Kshatriyas, both Singhs.
Oh.
So that's why.
Okay.
So we know our lineage, and that's important for us to know.
That's the bloodline.
Bloodline. We know our bloodline.
Yeah.
We know what we can do because of your bloodline and whatnot. Right?
Beautiful.
Some of it is used in a divisive way, but we don't ever use it in a divisive way because once you come to Trinidad, certain aspects of it was thrown out. So although you know your heritage and you know what you come from and whatnot,
Yeah.
you don't use it to determine who you are in terms of everyday living. But you know inside of you that is what you're supposed to defend, you're supposed to do certain duties, you do that.
Yeah.
There are certain ways that you carry about yourself and there are certain things you're allowed to do and certain things you're not allowed to do.
And you would know because.
But it's part of
it's
our
part of
culture
your
and part of our
religion.
life.
Yeah.
Others who are not part of that life, they're jealous of it. They're very jealous of it. So that's why they just find fault with it. So we just look at them and smile because they don't understand it, so they find fault with it.
But the most important thing is that you understand what it's all about.
That's what's important to me.
Yeah, that's
Not
important.
I don't have to.
Not what the other person thinks.
I don't have to be.
Not what the other person thinks, as a matter of fact. Okay, but tell you what we are going to do is we're going to go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay. What a nice family, boy. And you don't want to say anything. Anyway, folks, for those of you who would love to interact with Dr. Raj, your host of Sexplosion on Power 2 here, 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Now, for those of you who might be shy, you know, some of you just don't like to hear your voice on air, you can send him a text message or WhatsApp message on his private mobile 740-1961. You can also send in your messages on our website at Power 102 FM. Yep.
You know, many a times that people are suppressed with certain things, and that's why when persons saw that bulletin that was sent out by certain courier company saying that they're not going to allow certain things, it has always been there. If they're enforcing the law now, we want clarity on that. I want clarity on that because I treat people with sexual dysfunction and there are things that they must use. So you're going to tell me that somebody who has a sexual dysfunction and needs to do something on their own at home as part of their treatment cannot assess or access instrument to do it with? You want to tell me that in this day and age? When it's a well-wide known fact throughout the world that these are things that are being used?
Yeah. Yeah.
You go to any therapy center anywhere in the world, if a woman does not have a partner and she needs to have sexual intercourse, what is she going to do? If a man does not want to go out and rape, commit a crime, or even lime a woman, and he wants to have sex and he wants to buy a sex doll, he can't buy that? Why? What's wrong? So then they got a ban breadfruit for all the fellas who pulling out the stem.
No, the ripe ones.
Well, the ripe one, oh God, you see, I was waiting for you to correct me because I know you tried it already.
No, I know that's a popular.
What about the guys who drilling hole in the mattress
Yeah.
and putting Vaseline in the in a plastic
No,
bag?
because you know you have some people.
No, but have fellas who just do all them
You
things.
have people out there. I mean, they go to the extreme, eh?
But what I'm saying is that these are things that are needed by certain individuals. There are women out there who are sexually frustrated, and we'll deal with sexual frustration in a while. Because right now, there's a big phenomenon happening in this country. A lot of men are going after the Latino women, and they're forsaking their wives and their girlfriends.
Well, I have better than that for you.
We'll go better than that. Let me find out if the person calling you.
Hi, hello, and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Good evening. No. No, it would not be considered as horning, right? Because she could use it as an instrument to enhance your sexual pleasure. The same way a man could use his finger digitally, or she could use her finger. Is it horning if she uses her finger to bring about a satisfaction? Is it horning if she uses a cucumber, or if she uses a carrot, or if she uses a baigan, as CNC3 want to show you? Is it horning? How could that be horning? Horning is an emotional state. If a woman is, and a woman could be horning you with a man without having sex with him, you know. Because she could be emotionally attached to a man or a woman and depend on that person for emotional attachment to share things with and whatnot, and not have sex with the person, but they're horning you because they care for you. They care for that person. So horning is an emotional state. Having sex with an instrument is not horning, because you could use a bedpost to have sex with. You could use a brush, your hairbrush, the handle from the hairbrush. You could use anything that could insert into the vagina.
Yeah, but which was very
Candles.
popular.
Women have used candles for years. So was that horning? It's not horning. You're using something for sexual satisfaction. Is she fingering herself? That is horning? That is not horning? That is masturbating. When a man jock, is that horning? No, you're not horning your wife. You're using your hands. That's an instrument also. That's just, you are just using something to get the pleasure of sex. But there's no emotional attachment. I doesn't see a man taking out his hand and putting his hand in the ice and kissing it up and say, oh, what a lovely hand.
Yeah, but
jock me would so nice.
Yes, but decoder, right? As a matter of fact, you could be making love to your partner and using an instrument, and it enhances you. It gives you
Correct.
It gives you a breakthrough as well,
Yes.
To a refractoring period. So
Exactly.
anyway, folks, taking 12 minutes after 10 o'clock inside Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM. And just to remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Okay, but before we went to the caller, you were speaking about the Spanish.
Yeah.
I saw on my Facebook page a club advertising, and on the advertisement they have 3 ladies, Latin ladies, I mean shape, and they're inviting you and they're telling you that if you come to patronize their places, these are the people that you will be seeing.
Yeah, it's a bit. All these bars and rum shop and all these things all over the countryside and whatnot have Spanish women working there as the bait men. So women, if you find your man spending time in the rum shop and bars and things, go there. Go there. Take your man out of there. Because they're going there to waste the money behind all these women. And I'm serious about that. It's affecting a lot of homes. All your band together and go. Embarrass all your men. Because that's what's happening. They're using them as bait. They're using these women as bait.
Well, of course, to keep you there to drink. Yeah.
The amount of women who complains to me about these things happening. The amount of them that complains about these things. That's why I like my local people. If local women wants a job, I like that. If they want to do massages and whatnot, that we have, of course, we have Spanish women who just come and do it. They have that. But I am telling you, these women are taking the money out of this country, and we are going to pay that price down the line. Folks understand that when money leaves this country, it's never coming back.
Right. Okay, well, now the left. Yeah. Taking our time 15 minutes after 10 o'clock inside Sexplosion on this Friday evening on Power 2.1 FM. And just to remind you once again, Sexplosion is a feature on Power 2.1 FM every Thursday and Friday. On a Thursday evening, Dr. Raj sits in with my brother, Mac Daddy, and on a Friday, I'm here with him until 12 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to apologize for not being here yesterday, but I did inform David that I wasn't going to be here. You know, it's difficult to be 2 places at the same time.
Yeah. I'm split personality. Anyway, folks, tell you what we are going to do is take a break, and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
And if they ignore me, well, it's licks for everybody. Ding dong, ding dong, dong.
Power 102 FM congratulates Winston Bailey, the mighty shadow, and pays tribute as the University of the West Indies St. Augustine campus bestows an honorary Doctor of Letters degree for his astounding body of works as a composer, innovator, and pioneer of the calypso art form.
For quite a long while, I went into exile.
Born in Belmont, Trinidad, and raised in Lakoto, Tobago, this trailblazer has distinguished himself in many spheres. Poet, philosopher,
You grew up in, you live all over Trinidad, you live in Grandi too? Yeah, we used to go and listen to him practices. We used to live in Providence, a place called Providence.
154 3.
With his music from the
Only?
bassman to play the devil.
After being 104?
with our special guest, Dr. Louis Regis, calypso analyst, Lennox Toussaint, stage manager, impresario, Roy Cave, musician and arranger, Winsford Joker the Beans, composer, Teddy Pinero, music archivist, Minister of Community Development, Culture and the Arts, Dr. Nine Gatsby Dolly, Hochoy Charles, Funny Impulse, the Mikey Chalkness, Norma Clark, George Leacock, Gordon Roller, and Winston Gypsy Peters. Shadow, the man, the music, and his message, exclusively on Power 102 FM, empowering you. All inclusive Saturdays on Power 102 FM.
Yo, this is Marshall Montana on Power 102 FM.
With the best music and personalities to power your day, all day on a Saturday. Sir Charles, Chris, DJ Maggie, Gaylan, and the ultimate DJ Shane.
This is Capri and you're listening to
Put all that water there.
All inclusive Saturdays on Power 102 FM. All inclusive Saturdays from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. all day on a Saturday on Power 102. Empowering you.
Ladies, come out and celebrate with me.
Independence Night.
This is Christopher Marty. Come and celebrate music, love, and life with me at Island Fusion, the concert.
Jean Pierre Complex, the best of Trinidad and the stars of Jamaica. Celebrate love.
with Christopher Martin. The concert to end summer 2018.
Island Fusion. Celebrate the music. Marcia Griffiths.
Morgan Heritage.
Everton Blender.
So your boys and them going good in the cricket.
Sweet voice of
Well, win 2, lost 2, they're good.
Is the top 4 qualifying? Oh yeah.
There are 10 games to play.
TNT Superstars.
I thought my side would have got through them last night, I know.
Freddie.
Azaria.
Lucia, they would not give that.
I know 15 games they lost in a row.
Yeah, but look out, they
But in 2016 they win a game, you know.
yeah, no, but they have 3 good men on
San
them.
Fernando.
Today I saw the old Patriot side in Miami Airport having breakfast.
Yeah. They have 3 good men on them. They have Simmons, they have Sammy, and they have Pollard, and they still can't win a game.
Everything from the afternoon power drive and all
But,
of our
Darren, he came into the team late.
No, Darren playing from day 1.
From the
You out for Doc in the second game?
using the messenger, plus get all the latest news on crime, politics, the government, and much more. Download it in the Apple iTunes and Google Play Store for free.
Right now, them usually only publish the option citing pretty small anymore. I just want to tell the people of the group.
So if you want more of me, Barrington, Skippy Thomas, and the afternoon drive team, get the Power 102 mobile app now.
The Reggae Ride, each and every Saturday from 6 to 10 p.m. on Power 102. The Reggae Ride, with the Empress, Gaylan, and the ultimate DJ Shane.
True and good music.
Join us for some soothing reggae music on a Saturday.
We need reggae music.
The Reggae Ride. From the old to the new, we play only the best. The Reggae Ride, Saturdays from 6 to 10 p.m. on Power 102, empowering you. Sexplosion is on Power 102, and now on new days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight.
When you go home tonight and you have nothing to do,
The
I put
guru
on-
of sex in the Caribbean.
I put on 3 tunes to relax
Totally
to.
below the
Listen to
waist.
them,
It
man.
is not below the waist. It
It's
starts
instrumental.
in the brain. The largest sex organ
You
that
could play that
possess
in the
is
adult-
your brain.
Tune in for discussion
In
on
the-
all sexual
in the
matters.
adult therapy
Sexplosion
center.
on Power 102.
Remember, 3 nice tunes, but you have to put on your headphones to appreciate it.
Who tell you I had headphones?
But you have any-
No, this can't go in my phone.
No? A man like him must have about 4 headphones on. You're listening to the magic of sex education right here on Power on the 2.1 FM with your host, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center in St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. All lines are open for those of you who would love to interact with him via the telephone. You can give him a call at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. For those of you sending in text messages and WhatsApp messages, you can also do that on his private mobile, 740-1961. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining, exclusively on Power 102 FM.
Too many trying to engage me in
a kind of
in chats.
In a kind of religion.
No, in chats, just in chats.
No, but you know, especially, well, I'll tell you something, a night like this, where it's raining slightly, the rooms are much colder than usual, and I'm pretty sure the people who are trying to interact with you are ladies.
All ladies.
But there you go. There you go.
One playing with herself, the other one tell me how moist she is, the other one is send me a nice video.
You got a video too?
Yeah. Lucky me, you know.
As you mentioned video, you're supposed to give me some information.
What information?
About the site, that cricket site that you had.
I can't even find it. I had to read cricket last night, but I'll help you.
Yeah. The person is starving. It's an incentive.
While the grass growing, the cow starving.
The cow going moo.
Oh, more.
The cow going moo.
I am not complaining. Don't stop sending.
No.
I know some people will want to stop, but don't. You keep me entertained during the program.
Don't stop the feeling. Mm-hmm.
It is helping with the program sometimes because sometimes it gives me a food for thought. According to a lady, she say half of them guys feel Spanish in school. They never even go to the Spanish class or do Spanish, but all of us are there translator on their phone. Translated everything that they say. Yeah. Well, let's want to know if your man have a Spanish woman, see if you have a translator on the phone. No, seriously. Seriously. Check your man phone and see if you have a Spanish translator. Just go into the translator, you see everything translated.
And like,
they know WhatsApp, nothing, okay, everything translated there.
And it's a common thing because, as I mentioned to you before, that
fellas, I don't care if all get catch something here because if you're holding a Trinidad woman with a Trinidadian, I don't have a problem with that. But you see, what you do with them foreigners, all I know is your money going down the drain and going out of the country.
And that's not nice.
No.
Because it's not coming back.
Because I know, I study economics and I did 2 years of economic study and I know what happens to a country when the money of the country goes out of the country. For those who don't know that, you wouldn't feel it now, 10 years down the line, you'll feel it.
In terms of a long term.
That's why I find the government, and if anybody from the Ministry of Finance or anybody who knows Mr. Imbert personally who is listening, and I've told this to persons who say they know him personally, tax the money going out of the country. All these Spanish people, when they go to send money out of the country, tax it. 30% tax, 35% tax, because you'll never get back that. And I'm serious. Not if a Trinidadian sending something to a Trinidadian outside, it's not a problem. But once you come there, and if a Trinidadian do it on behalf of a Spanish person, and you go to a Spanish country, tax it still, and tax it more.
Okay, well, tell you what we are going to do is go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello? What caused her to die or what caused her the dog to hump her? Now that caused the death. Dog will hump anything. That did not cause her death. Whatever caused her death, the autopsy would say what caused her death, if she got a heart attack or whatever. But the dog humping her, a dog will hump anything. A dog never hump your leg yet? No. Dog will hump anything. All right.
Family, thanks a lot.
And
Yeah.
I don't know why the women want to get my beard wet. What all you want to wet my beard with? That's what I want to find out.
See, that's a big
My
one.
beard must be looking dry.
No, well, they want it because you see, it's wet on the outside.
No, why they want to wet my beard? They can't wet my head. They can't wet somewhere else. They want to wet my beard.
They want to wet your beard.
Why only want to wet my beard? I don't understand that. Is you think it have a reason for that, girl?
I wonder.
I wonder.
I wonder.
Wonder what my beard do then?
Maybe they want to see what a wet beard looks like.
Okay, well,
That's
well,
a-
say so.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Say so. Don't just wet down my
No,
beard.
no. Anyway, folks, taking our time 27 minutes after 10 o'clock inside Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM with your host, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center out at St. Augustine, where he do treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. Our lines are open if you would love to interact with him. You know, some of you have some questions that you had doubt about sexually. Well, feel free. You can give him a call at 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. May I remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Yeah. I see a smile on your face that you get it wet already, or
There's a new code that you have. There's new initials that you have never heard before. LG.
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 Okay.
LG.
I have to program that in.
She knows who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows.
Well, I have
But
to-
she should know by now.
LG.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to program that.
Yeah, LG.
LG. Initials LG.
Izzy says she want to wet it with some kind of, what kind of juice is that?
Not orange.
I love these ladies, you know.
No, you see, no, look at that, eh? You know, when we're doing programs and rain is not falling, they don't get these comments as much. as
Yeah,
they
all of a
do.
sudden it's cool and
tonight-
damp outside.
Yeah.
They want to wet my beard. They want to do all kind of things.
It's on a slight drizzle on the outside. but
One
I'm
of them
not-
doing a video for me right now. She's yeah.
I haven't been on the outside, so but I know
She
there's
doesn't have a
slide.
she doesn't have an initial yet.
No. She's a novice now.
Yeah, she's a novice. She only contacted me this evening.
Oh, I should say novice, but
No,
I
she
know-
only contacted me this evening.
Oh,
5 minutes before I walk in the studio, you notice I was on the phone?
Yeah.
She contacted me.
I hate to use the word novice. I find rookie sounds much better.
Rookie.
Yeah, she's a rookie.
Well, she's a rookie, yeah.
A first time. So that sounds much better than saying a rookie. Anyway, folks, taking about 29 minutes after 10 o'clock, and Dr. Raj is on a roll. I tell you, his phone are hot. I could see flames, smoke.
Yes, darling, I'm talking about you. Didn't you talk to me 5 minutes before the program? I thought you was busy with something.
Busy.
Well, I'll say Sarah for now.
Sarah.
Yeah.
You know, they have a beautiful song called Sarah.
Yeah. That's from Hall & Oates.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sarah Smile.
Hey, Hall & Oates was one of my favorite groups. You know.
Yeah.
I went to their concerts 3 times. You know.
Yeah.
Love their music.
And what I like.
Tell Junior, get the facts straight. He does get it from me all the time. I just get what from you? Don't lie.
Well, apart from, okay, I'm going to give you a follow-up to John Oates.
I don't know why people are calling my phone while I'm doing the program. Don't call me, please. 9979, please don't call me now. You could call me after the program. I can't take calls right now.
So the person is Sarah, that was done by Hall and
Sarah
Oates.
Smile.
Sarah Smile. And you know the other follow-up to that, which will fall right into your garden. Man Eater. You remember that one? There you go. So Sarah Smiles and Manito, it goes well together. It should have been the B-side of the 45 in those days. They might have sold much more.
I'll engage you in a while. Just give me a second.
Anyway, folks, taking our time 29 minutes before 11 o'clock, I tell you, nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education, right here on Power 102.1 FM every Thursday and Friday. On a Thursday between 7 and 9 o'clock with my brother, Mac Daddy, and on a Friday, I'm here sitting in with Dr. Raj from 9 until 12 midnight.
LG asked me why it is a Tuesday because she sounds like an appliance. But she's the one who actually gave that name to herself, you know.
You know, strange.
No, she's the one who actually gave that name to herself 2 nights ago.
LG.
And she now realizing it.
Oh.
She gave that name to herself.
Right. Because when you mention this is a initials to remember.
Well, she could be a percolator. She could be something to warm you up, a toaster.
No, but when you said LG, no, I'm telling you, when you said LG, you know, the first thing that ran to my mind was a fan. I don't know why. And now that you mention electrical.
Well, she's a fan also.
Uh-huh.
And she give me a initials, boy. What that mean? Having fun. I love it.
Anyhow, folks, taking our time 28 minutes before 11 o'clock, and you are on the inside of Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM. Tell you what we are going to do is take a break, and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
Ouch.
All-inclusive Saturdays on Power 102 FM.
Yo, this is Marshall Montana on Power 102 FM.
With the best music and personalities to power your day. All day on a Saturday. Search on.
What's the final score?
DJ Maggie, Gaylan,
What's the score?
and DJ Shane.
207 for 4,
All-inclusive Saturdays on Power 102
16 overs.
This year 200 is no kind of score now.
No boys. And 20 overs.
And I plenty runs, eh?
For 20 overs, I 20 runs.
So then you don't make that in a 50 over match.
We're doing it in no.
Saturdays from 6
So we're doing it in a test match.
Well, for sure.
We're doing it in a test match. But where this game is played,
They ignore me.
St. Lucia.
they like nobody, like they give up, boy.
They give up on that
nobody,
team.
No, like nobody in this
They give up on the team.
FM congratulates Winston Bailey, the mighty
No,
Shadow,
nobody
and
in
pays
this
tribute to
No, that was a
Winston
heartbreaker last night.
Western Campus bestows an honorary Doctor of Letters
That was a
degree
heart-
for
that
his
was a
astounding
heartbreaker.
body of works as a composer, innovator, and pioneer of the calypso.
Oh, she already tell me what my
While I went into exile.
Don't forget when you go home, put on a headphone and listen to them 3 tunes,
Send me the link.
Has distinguished himself
You know me,
in his
I'm not advanced in this thing, and I just have it on my page, and I'm not advanced.
I fed up went on your page and I can't find no music.
and so
So
much more. Power
My Facebook page?
pays
No,
tribute to
it's
Winston Bailey
possible.
the Shadow all day Friday and Saturday with his music from the bassman to Play the Devil and the euphoric Dingole.
This was a fantastic idea.
What's that?
To pay tribute to Shadow.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was.
It's so long overdue, boy. Oh God. He has some of the best calypsos, you know, man. But that's just to show you, eh? The other day, for something on Skippy program, they were playing Jahaji Bai. You know, he came second with that song in that year that he came out, 1995, I think it was.
Yeah.
Tell me what song come out first, now?
Exclusively on Power 102 FM.
Aloes. Nobody know the song up to this day. And that song will remain forever.
Oh yeah.
But it's saying it's Sparrow.
Oh yeah.
You can tell me what Chokna sing this year? You can sing the melody for it? I'm sure you can sing the melody for almost every Sparrow song. It goes to show you what is class and what is not class.
No,
You win a crown with something and you never hear it again. Nobody even know the melody for it.
I now realize, hey, you see how they do it? You see how they wait? Because that there, you have 2.
Yeah. They're just taking out. That is why I have the same problem sometimes with work. Yeah. Because it have, they would just take.
And you know what they put that there for?
What?
The guest.
When guests come, they should keep it. Nah, boy, they're good.
What? Next thing you do, say junior high.
And the ultimate rejects. Azaria.
Limited general tickets
$300.
Special reserve, $500.
Available at Cache stores nationwide.
In Excess Arima.
Cleves, Frederick Street.
Rennie's, High Street, San Fernando, Larry Chagonas, Bobby's Bar, Curette.
And all NLCB outlets nationwide.
The Reggae Ride, each and every Saturday from 6 to 10 p.m. on Power 102. The Reggae Ride, with the Empress, Gaylan, and the ultimate DJ Shane.
Tune and good music.
Join us for some soothing reggae music on a Saturday.
Real reggae music.
The Reggae Ride. From the old to the new, we play only the best. The Reggae Ride, Saturdays from 6 to 10 p.m. on Power 102, empowering you. Mondays on Power 102 FM, The Business Corner. 60 minutes of news, analysis, and discussion about money, entrepreneurship, and work. And for those with ideas for a startup, solid tips and advice about the way forward and building the brand. From companies to currencies, investments to the role of information technology. The Business Corner with communications and business consultant Sandrine Rattan. Mondays at 2 p.m. on Power 102, empowering you. In association with the Caribbean Business Hatchery. Sexplosion is on Power 102 and now on new days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight with Dr. Raj, the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. The largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters. Sexplosion on Power 102, empowering you.
Well, I can tell you that when it comes to sex education, we are always one step ahead with a beautiful blend. You're on the inside with your host, Dr. Raj, and our total image and the adult canopy holders and Augustine. Our lines are open for those of you who would love to interact with them, and I tell you anything sexual that might be bothering you and you need to get an answer to. Feel free, 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Just to remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised.
You know, women have it within them to be very, very sensual and very sexual. I have encountered a lot of women in my life, from a very young age till now. And I have seen the most sensual, sexual side of women throughout my life. And I can tell you with authority that almost every woman out there has a sensual, sexual side of her that is greater than a man's sexual appetite. But it depends on their partner, it depends on the woman and her interaction with someone. It depends on finding that person who can bring it out. There's so many factors. Because women are emotional, because society expects them to be structured in a certain way, to conduct themselves in a particular way, to behave in a particular way. Those are things that suppresses a woman's sexuality. Now, whether it's right or wrong, I can't say. Because sometimes it is the best thing for the woman, because if some women are allowed to do what they really want to do, men can't keep up with them. Honestly, men cannot keep up with them.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not pinpointing anyone here. I'm just giving you raw examples.
The overall statement.
Things that are considered to be immoral, impractical, illegal, where you will jib to do it, women will openly do it, if given the chance. For example, a rape fantasy. It's illegal to rape a woman. It's immoral to rape a woman. And there are women who have a rape fantasy who will tell you rape them. So it goes against all the things that you will be guarded against, because you as a man will know not to rape a woman, not to abuse her, not to hit her and whatnot. And here you have a woman who wants that done to her, telling you, I want you to abuse me, I want you to rape me, I want you to call me a slut, I want you to slap me, I want you to spit on my face. And you're like, where did this come from? This is the woman I know, this is the woman I adore, and she's telling me to that. But like the saying go, you must be a wife in the home,
Right.
a mother to your children, a lady of the house, and a whore in the bedroom. But the bedroom does not mean to say that's the only place you have sex. There are some women will want to have sex with you while you're driving your car. And tell me I'm wrong. I'm sure there are women who are listening to this program now who give a blowjob while driving in a car, who sit down on their man while driving in a car, who endanger their own life while driving in a car to have sex, or who will go in a place where you could end up getting into trouble to have sex. And it's not only the man who wants to do it, it's the woman who wants to do it. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you're just making this.
I'm telling you that women I am telling you that women have it in them, within themselves, to be the sensual, sexual creature, given the right man or woman next to them. There are women, as I told you, who will make love to another woman with the drop of a pin and wouldn't think anything about it tomorrow. It doesn't bother them. There are women who will have sex with 3 and 4 men at the same time, and after that it's done. I'm not saying men are not like that. I'm telling you, we are like that, and we'll say it, or we'll make it public. The woman will keep it within her because of society norms,
Right, yeah.
until she finds the right man to talk to her on the phone and say, play with your vagina. Come, let me know how you're feeling. Is it wet? What's happening to you? And then she will do it willingly, without thinking twice, because this is the right voice, this is the right person, this is the person that she wants to do it for and with.
But let me ask you, does voice plays an important part?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Okay. I better try that.
But your voice is not coming out.
I better try that. Anyway, folks, taking return 17 minutes before 11 o'clock. Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM, taking sex education to a whole new level. With your host, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center of St. Augustine, where he do treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. Now, for those of you who would love to interact with him via the telephone, feel free. Our lines are open. He are taking your calls 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. You can also send any messages on our website at Power 2 FM. Yep.
I see my darling sis, and I call her sis because she had the same last name like I did while we were in high school, Veda. She says pretty what? She had Rabdanan last name.
Oh. Okay.
But she's not related. I so always say she's my sister.
That's nice. Well, I'll tell you what we are going to do is go to the night. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Dolls, you could get dolls from $350 and up. A good one? About $1,200. Sorry? What's that? Yeah, that one does last long. Yeah. What day to come? I don't know if we have any right now, but call the office tomorrow to find out what they have. 645-9829. If I sell what?
Pills, I think.
Yes.
Okay, family. Yeah. So if you're looking for a doll, you can give them a call.
LG says, before Facebook Live came on, hearing your voice on radio was a huge turn on and still is. Ooh.
Oh, gosh.
That's nice to know.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. That's a nice compliment.
Yeah.
That's not the one that wants your beard wet, huh?
Well, yeah. That's one of them. Actually, 3 of them right now, you know.
3 of them want
Three lovely ladies with
lovely. Hey, I haven't heard from my friends this evening.
Who's that?
Rio Claro.
Rio Claro isn't on. I haven't heard from. Oh, as soon as they said that, I see Petra is on. Hi, Petra. How are you?
Hey, family. Nice to have you.
Petra isn't communicating with me the way she usually does because she's not well these days. So I hope you're feeling much better, my dear.
We do hope that you're feeling much better. It's always nice to hear Petra feeling good. And,
Of course. She's one woman you want to make sure she's always feeling good. She has such a charming personality. No, she really has. She has one of the most, the loveliest personality you could come across. You know? Charming. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Makes you feel really, really good.
Well, that's nice. Anyway, folks, taking our time, it's now 13 minutes before 11 o'clock. I tell you, nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education on a Thursday and a Friday. Sexplosion with your host, Dr. Raj, Ramdan of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center in St. Augustine. Well, I know for those of you who would love to interact with him via the telephone, you can give him a call right now in studio, 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Now, I remind you once again that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Yeah.
You know, the guy who called and asked about if a woman using a dildo, if that is horny. The worst thing is when a woman is used physically, but emotionally and psychologically she's not with you, she's with somebody else or something else. Her mind is elsewhere. She's not with you.
Yeah, but could you tell the difference?
Of course you could if you are tuned to your wife, if you're tuned to a woman. But a lot of times you're not attuned to your wife because you take it for granted that you are her man and you are her husband and she could only love you. But don't get tied up, you know. A woman could love more than one man at the same time. She could be emotionally attached to somebody else, sexually attached to someone else, physically attached to someone else while having sex with you, you know. And you have no idea that is happening.
Wow.
That's why it's good to engage your partner into that thought pattern of talking about things that are sexual. Get her attuned to your voice. That's why sex talk is very important. You know, a lot of time men don't understand the importance of sex talk. When you're talking to your wife about things that are sexual, she can only concentrate on you. She could concentrate on your words. You take away her thought from other things. So she's attuned to your physical being.
Listening to what you're saying.
She's attuned to the visual stimulation, which is seeing you. She's attuned to the auditory senses. She's hearing you. So that's what you want. She's kissing you and tasting your tongue. So she's tasting you. She's feeling you inside of her. So she's feeling you. The 5 senses are engaged. The minute you allow your partner to close her eyes and go into her own world, you're in trouble.
As my grandmother would have said, "Crapo, smoke your pipe." Is that right?
Your grandmother always have the right words. You know, if it's one thing I must say.
Belmont lady boy. Crapo, smoke your pipe. Anyway, folks, taking the time 10 minutes before 11 o'clock, I tell you, taking sex education rate has never been before on a Thursday and Friday, right here on Power 2.1 FM. Well, on a Thursday, it's more on an educational level with my brother, McDaddy. He sits in with Dr. Raj. On a Friday, they let the hair down, right?
I just let my hair down.
Yes, because it's growing in.
And somebody wants to attack me in the studio here now.
No, they're outside.
Sexually attack, not physically attack. Sexually attack.
Well, I tell you, you know this weather pattern.
I think it's causing something out there, boy. We have to find out.
Yes, this
We have to
weather
find
pattern.
out from the meteorological office what is
Yes,
causing this,
yes,
because
yes.
these women are going crazy out there.
This weather pattern.
Does it have anything to do with the moon? Maybe it does.
Maybe. That's a possibility.
So I'm telling you the importance. That's why, okay, right now there are a lot of women out there who are horny. They might be playing with themselves, listening to your voice. I don't expect them to only like me, and that's one thing. I don't fool myself. There are women who listens to you and listens to your program, and they're turned on by your voice and they're turned on by you. It doesn't matter what you look like physically, you know. It's the voice.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're attracted to, the voice. That's what makes you popular on radio. Your voice. They don't have to see you, they don't want to see you, they want to hear that voice. It's the very same thing. So when we are doing a program, we are divided, you know. It might be 90% want to listen to this program because of your voice. It might be 10% who is listening to the program because of my voice. But that's what it is, that's the reality of it.
Yeah, but then again, on the other hand, 90% want to listen to the education.
Well, yeah. No, but that has a lot to do with it. But what I'm talking about, the ones who are there for the sexual attraction.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah,
There are those who are there because they may not like what we're talking about, you know, but they just like to hear your voice.
Okay.
And that's the reality of it. The voice is what sells the program. The voice is what makes the program. For some women. There might be some guys out there who like the voice also.
I ain't going there. Anyway,
you see, Junior? No. Stop right here. Stop right here.
In what way?
Stop right here. If a guy is attracted to you, there's nothing you could do about that, you know.
No, there's nothing, no.
Right? Take it as a compliment and move on.
Yeah.
Full stop. Don't say, I ain't going there. You know for a fact that you're not going to do that. But don't put off the person simply because they have a liking to you.
I follow you.
I have a friend, and I always make mention of this, who is gay. Once I was giving him a drop from south to the east, and he asked me to give me a blowjob, and I said, you know, I'm not going to go down that road. I said, we are friends. It's not going to change how I think about you. You're still my friend, but I'm not going down that road. Full stop.
No, I understand. Yeah, I follow. No.
So I took it as a compliment. I said, thanks for the compliment, but no.
Yeah.
So it's important.
I follow. I misread, but I follow.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
So people would be attracted to you for many different reasons. Take it as a compliment, but know your boundaries.
Yeah, you know your
And
level.
a person must know their boundaries with
your
everything.
level, Anyway, folks, taking the time, 7 minutes before 11 o'clock, I tell you, this is what it's all about. Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM. Don't forget, just to remind you, Sexplosion is featured on Power 102.1 FM on a Thursday and a Friday evening. On a Thursday, it's more on a regular educational level from 7 until 9 o'clock, and on a Friday, it's from 9 until 12.
Let me read this. So true what you're saying. I'm guilty of thinking about someone else during sex. Even when I touch myself, I don't think about my husband. But I have to be aware that I don't scream the wrong name.
Then that's a problem.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, I have a message here on the messenger board. This is Dwayne. Dwayne is saying, I have issues maintaining an erection. Sex, could I ever get better, or it's failure? I am 51 years of age. Help required.
At 51, we could help you.
At 51.
It depends on what's causing the erectile dysfunction. That's called erectile dysfunction. If it's medically related, well, of course, you'll have to see a medical doctor, but yes, we could help you with that.
So what you can do is call the Adult Therapy Center out at St. Augustine. Anyway, folks, taking your time, it's now 5 minutes before 11 o'clock, and before we go...
Let me say this.
Break,
I see my good friend Davis Emil is watching, and he will tell you that Shadow used to live right next door to him, right on the side. And we used to go there and listen to Shadow practice. He used to live in Providence, and Shadow used to live the house after his house.
Okay. Oh, this is Emil
in New York, yes.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
All inclusive Saturdays Mondays on Power 102 FM.
Yo, this is Marshall Montana on Power 102 FM.
With the best music and personalities to power your day. All day on a Saturday.
Amy Lowes went 75, 76, 77, somewhere around there.
DJ Maggie, Gayland, and the ultimate DJ Shane.
This is Capri and you're listening
Shout
to
out.
Power
You want a minute?
102.
Yes, please, the throat scratching boy. Oh, you know that?
Okay, now.
The power of music. All-inclusive Saturdays from
What's the
6
final
p.m.
score?
to 10 p.m. all day on a Saturday
well, I
on Power 102. Empowering you.
They need
They
227.
know me. Well, it's lit for everybody.
Yeah, that's like that.
Ding dong dong.
227 is plenty runs, you know. They make 227. They have to defend it.
Target is
As the University
227.
of the West Indies St. Augustine campus.
They have to defend it.
They now start
Dr.
with
Raj
the
degree for his
fine.
astounding body of works as a composer, innovator.
Hey, they had a guy with bowling for St. Lucia too.
Quite a long while.
He's good, eh?
Cornwall?
He good boy.
My wife underestimated him 2 years ago, 3 years ago when she saw him. I said, don't underestimate that man.
Nah, but he good.
He just play cricket like backyard cricket.
Yeah, yeah.
Road March winner.
Yeah, he could spin,
And so much more. Power 102 FM pays tribute to Winston Bailey the Shadow all day Friday and Saturday with his music
Very
from the
good, very
bassman
good
to
cricketer.
Play the Devil and
Only
the
if it's
euphoric Dingo Leg.
raining outside, boy.
With our special guest, Dr. Louis Regis, Calypso analyst, Lennox
As it
Toussaint,
security
stage
take a look.
manager, impresario,
Eh?
Roy Cave, musician
What's that?
and arranger, Winsford Joker the Beans, composer, Teddy Pinero.
Call the security and tell him take a look outside.
Minister of Community Development, Culture and the Arts, Dr. Nine Gatsby Dolly, Hochoy Charles, Funny Impulse, The Mighty Chalk Dust, Norma Clark, George Leacock, Gordon Roller, and Winston Gypsy Peters.
busy.
Shadow, the man, the music and his message, exclusively on Power 102 FM, empowering you.
Ladies, come out and celebrate with me.
Independence Night.
David said in mid to late 70s.
Come and celebrate music.
Yeah, I remember when we were in school, we used to,
Island fusion.
sometimes I go by Davis and we listen to him singing, practicing with the box guitar. He had a box guitar. He used to sit down right. Well, it didn't have no gallery in that house. It had steps. So as soon as they step in, that was the house.
That was it.
That was the house. It was like a one-bedroom kind of thing. And he used to sit down right on that step and play and practice. Remember those days, Davis?
Celebrate the music. Marcia Griffiths.
Morgan Heritage.
Everton Blender.
Robin Virgo.
John Melody. The sweet voice.
Paulette looked like he was straight in, boy.
Why they giving away runs? Or?
No, anytime you see him taking, he.
TNT superstar.
Well, you have a real frustrated look on him these days. I noticed that.
Yeah.
Even in the news conference, I think you have a...
Like, oh God, I can't win a game.
Available at cache stores nationwide.
And they have a good team, you know.
But that kind of Sammy, Simmons, and Paulette alone is a team.
And all NLCD outlets nationwide.
Always
The
look.
Reggae Rock
Phone,
each and every Saturday from 6 to 10
Pick
p.m.
up some
on
moments.
Power 102.
I was gonna say, probably out early.
The Reggae Ride, the Reggae
The
Ride
spirits.
with the Empress, Gayland, and the ultimate DJ Shane.
Soon and good music.
Oh, yeah, but that victory yesterday had great men, boy. Yesterday that's a much better crowd.
Reggae music on a
That loss was
Saturday.
there.
Reggae music.
You feel that loss that we get from Talawas and break we spirit.
Yeah, but that.
And mash up Trinidad team, you know.
Yeah, that's.
From the old to the
Yeah,
new.
boy.
If they had 2 days
Only the best.
to get over it, but to go and play the next day after, that
Yeah.
mash we up.
The Reggae Ride.
If you understand psychology,
On Power
you'll understand why.
102, empowering you. Trinidad and Tobago, we're ready, standing united and moving forward as one. We're one
Scarcely have people watching this
nation,
game.
and all in this together.
We are all in this together.
Let's do this with Shema Wilson on Power 102, empowering you. Mondays on Power 102 FM, The Business Corner. 60 minutes of news, analysis, and discussion about money, entrepreneurship, and work. And for those with ideas for a startup, solid tips and advice about the way forward and building the brand. From companies to currencies, investments to the role of information technology.
I was by
The
Rudy
Business Corner
yesterday.
with communications
Well,
and
how we
business
going?
consultant
Good, good, good.
Sari
When,
Saga. Mondays at 2
When
p.m.
October.
when he'll be a granddad.
October 31st.
Imagine you that girl. You will never think, eh? Raj is our grand.
Sexplosion is on Power
Can't wait, boy,
102,
can't wait.
And now on new days and at new times.
Nice
The
one.
country's most
You ready to not
informative
go
sex
there?
June, how are you?
program, Sexplosion is on every Thursday from 7 to 9
Vera was
and
on,
Fridays
June is
from
on,
9
Dave
p.m.
is
to
on.
midnight with Dr.
All our
Raj
favorites.
the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. The largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all
What is
sexual
health, buddy?
matters.
This is real health.
Sexplosion on Power 102, empowering you.
Well, taking your time, it's now 2 minutes after 11 o'clock inside Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM on this Friday. Don't forget our lines are open for those of you who would love to interact with Dr. Raj, the only sexologist in the Caribbean. 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining, exclusively on Power 102 FM.
And yes, the moon phase, the weather, all these things play a part in the way a person behaves, how horny they are, what they would like to do sexually, the thought patterns that goes through their brain.
Oh, okay.
All these things play a part. And if the woman is in contact with her lover or that person who does that to her, things go haywire. The mind, the thinking. That's why the connection between two people, sometimes you wonder where that connection came from, whether it's this life or past life or whatever. But it doesn't matter. When you make that connection with this person now, it's for you to make the most out of it. It's for your benefit now. Forget the past. Deal with it now and make that part of your life now. It must enrich both parties. It must be a one-way street. Both parties must feel some sort of enrichment by it, the relationship, and develop things along those lines.
Interesting. Yes, I tell you, nobody does better. Taking sex education to a whole new level exclusively on Power 2.1 FM. This program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Trinidad and Tobago #1 nighttime program, Sexplosion, with their host, Dr. Raj of Total Imaging, the Adult Therapy Center, St. Augustine. Feel free, folks, 222-8255, also at 612-8255.
So many a time you may be in the company of a woman and she's all squirmy. It's because what it is doing to her body and that closeness that you have with the person, what it's doing to her body, how she feels, the way she looks at you, the sultriness in her eyes, the way she keeps her body, the gestures that she make, those are the things that will tell you if this woman really into you.
Yeah, because sometimes you could watch speaking in terms from a man's point of view, you could watch a person without even anything and you get wet.
Yeah, correct. That's why some women are very touchy.
And you're telling yourself, wait now, I haven't really touched this person, but
you're aroused.
Yeah.
You are aroused.
Yeah.
And again, it comes back to the psychology of the individual and relationship. So sometimes we blame a person for being in a particular way with someone. But they can't help it, It is because of what they are lacking in their relationship, what they want, and they finally getting it. And that is what is taking over. They're getting what they want from the relationship, but they're getting what they want from the person. And all of a sudden, the true them is coming out, who they really are, what they really want to experience, what they want to achieve, what they want to feel. That is what is coming out. It may be suppressed for years. It may be something that they were not even aware of. And all of a sudden, this is coming out. Their true sexual side is coming out. And it's coming out with you. And they themselves are questioning, well, why with him? I didn't get married to him, or I didn't want to spend the rest of my life with him. I didn't even know him. Here I am married with someone else. but I'm not having those feelings with my spouse. Why this stranger? Why this person who I all of a sudden I've met this person? What is happening here? And if you believe in divine intervention, you will understand that people come into your life for different reasons. And you will know for a fact that these things happen at a point in your life when you need it, or when you are ready for it. And when you are ready for it, the mind is already prepared in such a way that it is going to be accepting of these things that are happening to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So when I give lectures on these things, sometimes you look at the audience and you watch people's face, women especially, and you see that brain pattern ticking over in their head and they're thinking. It's like, recently I had a person who I'm tutoring on some things. And I told her something in one of the lectures I was given, she and another person. And I saw she jump back. And she was like, oh, the hell he knows that, right? But I saw it from day one, but I didn't tell her anything. 2 or 3 weeks into the tutoring, I told her that. So a week after, she said, I want to talk to you about something. I said, I know. She said, how you know that? I said, let me tell you something. If a man knows to read a woman, she sells herself out.
Body language.
Her eyes. Her eyes sells her out. You could change your body language. You could change everything, but you see those eyes, mister?
Look.
Your eyes will sell you out. Especially with the right questions.
You can tell the difference.
Yes, pick up on. I don't go looking for it, I just pick up on it, and sometimes I just brush it aside and say, Raj, oh God, stop being like that.
So basically, but I mean, with your profession especially, if you're interacting with a female and you have eye contact, well, of course, you will have eye contact. Could you tell?
I maintain eye contact.
Yeah.
If I'm speaking to someone, I maintain eye contact. The minute you turn your eyes away from me, you're a scam.
So you can think of what level that person is thinking.
You see it.
Oh, okay.
And you feel it.
Yeah.
So, and she told me, she said, what I'm about to tell you, no one knows this. But what she was telling me was not strange to me.
You had already read.
I have already figured that out.
Yeah.
I may be wrong or right, but I think I was more leaning to the side of being right. And she confirmed it.
You mightn't be on it pinpoint, but you're close.
You can't be 100% certain.
No.
Until the person tells you that it is so. But you could have a fair idea this is what it's like. This is what is happening.
You always fall within that range.
And it has happened many times. Like, somebody was telling me recently, another person, we were having a conversation, and he said, stop analyzing me. And I said, I'm not analyzing you. I said, I'm not analyzing. We were having a face-to-face conversation. Yeah. She said, I get a feeling that you're analyzing me by the things that I'm saying. I said, no. I said, you think I'm analyzing you, but it's just natural for me.
Well, yeah. Well, you're trained in that. You're trained in
that. That is the problem.
You're trained in that division.
That is the problem. The problem is my mind. It's like the woman in customs today when she said good evening. Automatically, I went into that mode of correcting.
Yeah.
I know somebody like that. Sometimes I just have to tell she should be a mother.
Hey, what about LG?
LG gone to sleep.
Oh gosh.
She said she got to sleep.
Oh, she's the only bad one.
Well, she don't have a choice.
Okay.
Do I need to read that spell for you?
No. I wouldn't. No.
She don't have a choice. She had to go to sleep.
Total.
I see you taking notes. They won't go down there.
Total satisfaction. I like that. No, you know, that is when you know that you're good, long distance. Cable. Cable.
I don't like to think about myself as being good, I like to think about myself as being someone who could assist.
No, yeah, but when you are at a level when you could put somebody to sleep without even direct contact.
I don't know if I put the person to sleep, I don't do that.
In-
I know the other one, Sarah, she might be sleeping by now, I hope.
Yeah,
Let me
Sarah
see.
sleeping?
Let's see, Sarah is still awake.
No, Sarah should be awake. And what about my family out in Rio Claro?
Look like
they left us.
They left us. They're
Oh.
not on tonight.
Well, I hope they have good weather up there.
I think the whole country is experiencing this drizzle.
Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, judging from what they were saying, is that well, it's not 12 o'clock.
Tomorrow is great race?
Tomorrow night.
In the morning is great race? Yeah, I think so.
Tomorrow night into Sunday. Yeah.
Don't ever believe them weather people. Let me tell you something.
Now, let's leave the weather for a little bit.
Don't ever believe in them weather people.
Well, you see, I'll tell you something.
Weather people doesn't know A from Adam.
No, but...
We were supposed to have rain all day today. Heavy rain, I don't care. I'm telling you the truth. Right? And the excuse this evening is the Sahara dust break it up.
Oh.
And my wife was saying that all day. She said, that is the excuse. They would say the Sahara dust break it up.
Is the
But
Sahara,
they're never accurate.
is the Sahara dust male or female? Yeah. No, but no, I'll tell you
Oh,
something.
she's still up.
Oh, who, Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find out if she come.
But Sarah is not sleeping yet.
Huh?
She,
Well, I want to find out if she comes. She said she was going to come and go to sleep.
but I'll tell you, she's up, so she is.
I am just reported what I
Hey,
got.
boy, you see you, boy, your family, you see you, family. Yeah,
What happened
I
with
tell
me?
you. You're the first person I see could make people sleep without even direct contact.
So you want to tell me I'm that boring?
No, you're that good. No, you're that good. You're that good.
You want to tell me I'm boring?
No, no, you're that good. You know that. You're that good. Anyway, folks, taking our time, 12 minutes after 11 o'clock. Inside Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM with your host, Dr. Raj Ramnanen of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center out at St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. Now, for those of you who would love to interact with him, maybe you have something sexual that might be bothering you on your mind, feel free. Our lines are open at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you are sending a WhatsApp or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile, 740-1961. Yeah.
She said she was about to and she held back the coming.
She had money come in? No, but it's always better to hold it back, I know, because you last longer. So when you go to bed, you get a good night rest.
Well, who tell you she's not in bed?
Holding back in bed, but that's not nice.
Well, yes, you could get a little headache with that.
More than headache. I hope you have not. I'm willing to say yeah. But that nice to, it's nice to know that someone with this kind of weather could lie down in bed and think about you.
She thinking about me? What make you wait? I told you I only spoke to this person today.
Yeah, but you're still in.
Half hour before I came to the program. So she can't be thinking about me, she's thinking about maybe about you.
No, she's thinking about the excitement.
Excuse me.
I just have had a conversation with Raj for half an hour, and this.
Let me hope she answer that.
Yeah, and she's saying, this guy is unbelievable. And I'm pretty sure you meet women in your life, even after 10, 15 minutes.
I like the picture she just said.
They say to yourself, hey, this guy, I never knew he was like that. You know that?
Knew what?
I'm
a son of a gun, I've been open on the air, for how many years,
No, 18.
Right. I've been open, saying everything I will do and will not do,
No,
I am no saint, you seen any halo around my head?
Well, that is the way you should be able to go about it. Because then the person who you're interacting with will have confidence and say, hey, look, he's straightforward.
I'm very straightforward. I've always maintained that I'm straightforward.
Exactly.
If it offends anyone, too bad for you.
Yeah.
This is the way I am. Sometimes I'm a little too straightforward because some people can handle it. Who can handle it? The hell was it?
Well, hey, that's the damn thing so. Okay, this is a follow-up to Dwayne, who spoke about the ED earlier on. And he said, with ED, should I go to a doctor first or I can check Dr. Raj first? On my last checkup, I was given a clean bill of health. What's the procedure in contacting the total?
Well, he has his answer right here. If he was given a clean bill of health and you have ED, obviously you don't go to your doctor for ED. You go to a sex doctor for that. So you need to come to see Dr. Raj.
Yeah.
645-4543.
Okay, Dwayne, 645-4543. Right?
Mark, a pleasant good night to you, and thank you very much for what you did. I appreciate it very much. That's one of our fans in Sangre Grande, Mark.
Grande.
Yes.
Anyway, folks, taking return, it's now 15 minutes after 11 o'clock. Nobody does better. We are taking sex education to a whole new level. 2 days a week, Thursday and Friday. On a Thursday, 7 until 9 o'clock, where Dr. Raj sits in with my brother, McDaddy, and that's from 7 until 9 o'clock. And on a Friday, I sit in here with him from 9 until 12. I tell you, taking sex education where it has never been before. Now, for those of you who would love to interact with him via the telephone, feel free. Our lines are open, 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you are sending a WhatsApp message or a text message, and you know some of you don't like to hear your voice on radio, you can also send it to his private line, 740-1961. This program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Yeah.
All of a sudden, she feeling to come.
Well, she's in the right place in bed.
Yeah, she could be coming. Come on down.
Okay, no, yeah. But in the case, yeah. It's a shame you're on air now. Maybe after the program.
After the program, what?
We can make a call.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But she says she's not into that.
No. She like the physical contact.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but when you're thinking in terms, around this time, I'm sure the leading telephone company
Conversation.
I'm sure they're making a lot of money tonight.
Yeah, sexting.
Yeah.
Chatting.
Yeah.
About sex.
You know,
all these guys who are working nighttime and whatnot, they...
But is that a crime or a charge? Phone sex.
It used to be a charge. You're not supposed to say the F word over phone, but to hell was it that? That went out with technology. The F word is a no. You never noticed? Did you see this movie 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri?
No.
Look at that movie. You'll see what backward America is all about. What rural America is all about. Watch how they just talk to police. It's F in this and F in that and your mother this and mother that.
Yeah, but
that's how they talk to police.
Well,
you could use explicit when you're talking to police. That's American language.
Yeah, but
okay, when I first came back home, having lived in the US and go to school and whatnot, and especially in the gym and whatnot, everything was a F in this and a F in that. When I came back home, I had to take that out of my vocabulary because people will be offended. But that's how you talk.
Yeah, but I'm speaking in terms of, you know.
But you know that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know if on phone, talking sex on the phone, if.
There's nothing illegal about that. They got to prosecute the whole country.
Well, now especially as people have, I mean, you could Skype and all that stuff.
Correct.
You know, your girlfriend away and you're seeing her like if she's lying down right next to you. And that could happen exactly with what's happening there now. Families in bed. And
I love that purple thing. Oh my God.
See, there you go.
And that aquamarine panty with,
Look at that.
I love the color purple.
Purple, yeah. It's exciting.
Very exciting.
You know, the nice thing about it, it jumps out at you.
White and aquamarine panty. With a purple vibrator.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, that's much better than but, you know, as you mentioned, right, look how vegetables selling on right now, eh? With the look how much oh my gosh. You know how much men planting? You know how much people planting?
Big TV station using that, a peach.
No, well, I'll tell you
Well,
something.
the peach, you know, they just call it peach fuzz.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something. You know, when they said the story was coming up, I tell myself, boy, but they're getting brave in this country. They're going to show you the adult toys on.
But they could have.
Yeah, but no, but you know.
They could have.
Yeah.
If they come like me, they could have gotten all what they wanted to show.
Yeah, but when you're thinking and they say
Judy Kana, if she was brave enough, she could have called me and she would have get everything. I would have carried on there. I would have sent on the driver with it.
yeah, but when they say, and then I see this,
I see my good friend Trudy is on also. I tell you, Northeastern College is well represented tonight.
That's a no. You have a lot of old schoolmates that plug into the program.
Yes.
That's nice though. I wonder how much of them would have thought, I knew Raj in school, but whoever thought Raj would have been involved in sex?
Ask them, I can't answer that.
I wonder.
I think all of them knew I would have ended up here somewhere.
Well, I know you was.
I was watchless, you know. Real watchless, you know.
In school?
What?
Yeah, but.
Sometimes I think about myself in school and I say, how did people put up with me?
They would have never thought that, you know, you'd have gone that
How
way.
did my girlfriend, who ended up to be my fiance, who ended up to be my wife, put up with me? I question that sometimes. I say, Lord, when somebody is ready for you, they're ready for you.
No. You know, as they say, and especially in certain religions, when someone is born for you, they're born.
Well, I knew that from the first day I saw her. I knew that she was my life partner. I know that she was my wife. I knew that, but she didn't know anything. She didn't have a clue. I tell you, she didn't like me for a month. You know. Well, I don't think she liked me for a year. She didn't like me, the best bone in my body. You know. I work real hard.
In other words, they really had you in school.
Trudy said she never thought anything like that. Well, if you ask Judy Jennings and Beverly Stewart, they will tell you differently. Because they knew me differently. They sat with me at the same desk.
Well, if I used to go to school with you, even though we're the same age, but if I used to go to school with you in those days, I would have told all about the minute I saw those cards coming out. the minute.
Well, Trudy didn't know that side of me. Trudy,
she didn't know that side of you.
Somebody says still worthless.
No, but anyhow, let's leave it here because I wanted to think very good of you.
No, Trudy knows who I am. I am who I am, you know, Junior.
No, I talk in school days.
No, I am who I am, you know. I have never pretended to be anything other than who I am, you know. Never, you know. I am who I am.
You was always yourself.
I to pretend to be someone else or what. I never do that. That was me.
That wasn't in you at all.
No. Take me for who I am and tell us. I tell you, my grandmother knew who I was. My mother knew me to a T. I never showed them a different face or whatever. I was that was who I am. My mother used to always have one word to tell me, you always have a plaster for every soul.
I could picture mom telling you that.
Yeah. And she has always been my best friend.
I could picture mom telling you that.
She has always been my best friend.
Yeah, very pleasant lady.
But I have never tried to create a persona that was me. I was just me.
You were just yourself.
Yeah. Up to this day,
and the thing about it.
Sometimes I'm talking and I say things and a person will be like, "You actually saying that?" I say, "What is me?"
Yeah.
That's who I am. What if your wife here? Yes, if she does that all the time.
That's your personality. You can't change that.
Today, the same thing. The same girl who called me. Well, I called her because she sent her number, and she was like, "What if your wife pick up your phone and see the messages again?" I said, "My wife won't pick up my phone." I said, "We don't do that. We're not little children."
No.
As if my phone ringing, yeah, my wife will say, "Hey, Raj, your phone ringing." She will never even pick up that. If I tell she pick it up and bring it for me, she'll say no.
You know, that's the thing I don't believe in truth. Yeah.
That's your privacy.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with me. If her phone ringing, I say, "Babes, your phone ringing."
I don't believe in couples exchanging phones.
I don't invade people's privacy. I do not invade people's privacy. Whoever you're talking to, whatever your conversation is, if you choose to tell me, fine. If you don't, and same thing with her.
Yeah,
I don't have to explain anything.
Because I know in certain relationships that, you know, people say, "But look, what's your number?" And from time to time they would go into your phone and check if maybe if you're lying down sleeping. But I don't believe in that as well.
She says you are miserable, bothersome, jovial, crazy kid, and loved by many.
This is
Trudy. No, everybody liked me.
You had that personality.
Even guys I used to fight with liked me. Because I never hold a grudge. Never. I'll fight with you today. And in the evening time, and you walking on the road, partners. I never hold a grudge, you know.
No,
all my schoolmates, I mean, when you go to school, you have fights and things.
Yeah, but they have a little scramble.
To this day, every one of them are my friend. I have never said, you see, me and he enemies. I don't hold a grudge.
Well, that's a good thing, eh?
No, I don't. I don't believe in those things.
No. Anyway, folks, taking more time, 25 minutes after 11 o'clock, Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
Well, I wonder why my throat's scratching me like that.
Yeah, let's get in trouble.
And if they ignore me, well, it's lit for everybody. Ding dong, ding dong, dong.
Power 102 FM congratulates Winston Bailey, the Mighty Shadow, and pays tribute as the University of the West Indies St. Augustine campus bestows an honorary Doctor of Letters degree for his astounding body of works as a composer, innovator, and pioneer
So,
of the
Charles,
art form.
tell them that the student has been nasty on Friday.
And raised in Lakoto, Tobago,
Look,
this
wait,
trailblazer
wait.
has distinguished himself in many spheres. Poet, philosopher,
Why I put it in the bin?
Roadwatch winner, Hummingbird Silver 2003 recipient, and so much more. Power 102 FM pays tribute to Winston Bailey the Shadow all day Friday and Saturday with his music from the bassman to Play the Devil and the euphoric Dingo. With our special guest, Dr. Louis Regis, Calypso analyst, Lennox Toussaint, stage manager, impresario, Roy Cape, musician and arranger, Winsford Jockenavine's composer, Teddy Pinero, music archivist, Minister of Community Development, Culture and the Arts, Dr. Nine Gatsby Darling, Ochoy Charles, Funny Impulse, the Mikey Chalkdust, Norma Clark, George Leacock, Gordon Roller,
Shadow
and
Boy.
Gypsy Peters, Shadow, the man, the music and his message, exclusively on Power 102 FM, empowering you. All inclusive Saturdays on Power 102 FM.
Yo, this is Marshall Montana on Power 102 FM.
With the best music and personalities to power your day, all day on a Saturday. Sir Charles, Chris, DJ Maggie.
Trudy, I have information for you, girl.
This is Capri, and you're listening to Power 102.
Maybe you don't know it.
Saturdays on Power 102 FM.
Wayne Rampersad and I fought for 1 week straight.
The power of music.
Had a major fight with Julian Cook, Parasram, Yuri in Form 5. Do you know that side of me?
Empowering you. The Reggae Ride, each and every Saturday from
Maybe he will back up my side because he knows.
The Reggae Ride with the Empress, Gaylan, and the ultimate DJ Shane.
Tune and good music.
Where Emil and Troy?
Join us for some soothing reggae music on a Saturday.
Real reggae music.
The Reggae Ride. From the old to the new, we play only the best. The Reggae Ride. Saturdays from 6 to 10
I got
p.m.
you.
on Power 102. Empowering you.
I need it. I was scratching me by.
We're one people, one nation, and all in this together. Let's
Why is that?
with Shemanism on Power
Hey, what about my
102,
friends, boy?
Empowering you. Mondays on Power 102.
My other friends still with you?
Business
All of them.
60
All of
minutes
them still there?
news, analysis and discussion about money, entrepreneurship, and work. And for those with ideas for a startup, solid tips and advice
You're the
about
first man I
power
see get
and
one right
building
in
the
the
brand. From
Wilton
companies to
Road.
currencies,
Sister,
investments to the role
you're the
of
first man I see
information
get one right in the
technology.
Wilton
The
Road.
Business Corner with communications
Who's that way?
business
Today I was
consultant
walking out here.
Sandrine Ratta, Mondays at 2 p.m. on Power 102.
When you ask me, you see that?
Empowering you in association with the
The one who like
Business
they eat.
Surgery.
With one click, you could
When
listen
you're
to me
sitting down in the
anywhere you go.
Oh,
She's still there?
yeah.
Hear everything from the afternoon power drive and all
Oh,
power
this
to our mobile app.
You mean right there on the couch? I forget about that.
Send your comments directly to Studio 2 using the messenger. Plus, get all the latest news on crime, politics, the government, and much more. Download it in the Apple iTunes and Google Play Store for free.
Right now, them using the only public figure actually fighting to the small man on the ground. And I just want to tell you, keep up the good.
So if you want more of me, Barrington, Stevie Thomas, and the Afternoon Drive team, get the Power 102 mobile app now.
Sexplosion is on Power 102 and now on new days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion,
Next weekend
is
I'm supposed to be
on
in
every
Washington.
Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight.
Well, you never know
with
for
Dr.
next week.
Raj
I know it.
Ramnanan,
Oh, you know,
the
yeah.
guru of
I'll know that
sex in
tomorrow.
the
Not
Caribbean.
what? Not what? Tuesday too?
Sex
Nah.
is totally below the waist. It is not
You
below
Friday.
the waist.
Friday.
It starts in the brain. Your largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for
You
discussion
should always
on
WhatsApp
sexual
man and you know,
matters.
so
I will.
On Power 102, empowering you.
I want to continue more now than ever. We are taking sex education. Rate has never been made for Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj Ramnanan, your host of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center in St. Augustine. Well, folks, on the lines are open. If you would love to interact with them, feel free at 2228255. Also at 6128255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp or a text message, maybe you have a question that you would like to be answered, you can do that on his private mobile at 740-1961. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining exclusively on Power 102 FM. Yeah.
They're well behind the 8 ball on that way. 73 for 1, 9 overs.
Yeah.
Anna is on. She said, yes, Junior, we are always here.
Oh,
You guys enjoy your weekend.
beautiful, beautiful.
Reach home safe. Love you guys. Big us up. Anna, Aliyah, and Savitri.
Love them as well, and I hope that.
So you see, they're listening in secret all the time, you know.
Yeah, and I hope that the weather pattern didn't affect them.
But she didn't tell me anything about the weather, and she didn't tell me if she am cozying up or is she in bed or is she not in bed. Is she under the cover or not.
Oh, and then listening to the galvanized sing beautiful music without the raindrops. Like that BJ Thomas says, what? Raindrops keep falling on my head. Nice. So, this is...
Crying nuts for me.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah, I like
Ooh, she said she came.
Huh?
Nice.
She did.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's good. You see, I tell you, you have that effect.
She have nice long fingers, boy.
Uh-huh.
What are your views on restricting adult toys to Trinidad? Yeah, well, you're really tuning late, Rishi.
Yeah.
You're really tuning late. Are you going through that again?
As a matter of fact, the first half of the program
Was dedicated to that.
Yeah, done for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people.
Well, if anybody knows me, you'll know that I don't like restrictions on anything. Especially things of a sexual nature.
But of course, yeah. Look how much vegetables are in now. I think the price.
Well, I think prices of vegetables go up now because they have to come and tell you can't buy bacon and you can't buy carrots and you can't buy
cucumbers,
lauki and all that kind of thing.
No,
You know about that, eh?
No. Prices will go up. Anyway, folks, taking more time, 25 minutes before 12. I tell you, taking sex education to a whole new level every Thursday and Friday, right here on Power, the 2.1 FM. On a Thursday, between 7 and 9 o'clock, Dr. Raj, he sits in with my brother, Mike Danny, and on a Friday, I come in with him and we sit and chat from 9 until 12 o'clock. Taking sex education, I tell you, to a whole new level. Now, if you would love to interact with him via the telephone, feel free, our lines are open. 2228255, also at 6128255. Sending in messages 740-1961. That's providing that you are sending in WhatsApp and text messages. You can also do that on his private mobile. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining, right for your host, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center at St. Augustine.
She said Anna was playing in the rain today, and right now they're eating zabuka and roti.
Which is
hot roti and zabuka. Oh my God, sada roti. Oh.
Having more like a football, having more like a footballer, no? Dribbling.
What? Rafik, thank you very much for the avocados. Take that call, Junior.
Yeah. Yes, we're going on the line.
I like to say zabuka.
Yeah, that make it sound more local. Eh?
Trinidad.
Yeah. Hi, hello, and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
If what? Depending on where you are, where do you live? Labrie. Now you'll have to pay for delivery to Labrie, I could tell you that. I know it depends on what you're buying. Oh, the doll, you call about the doll. Well, call me tomorrow and I'll tell you about that, because it depends on what we have and what that I'll tell you, or I'll give you all the information.
What?
Call me on my cell, but if you're calling on my cell, call after 12. If you call in the office, you can call anytime during the day. Okay.
You're welcome. Yeah.
I know one person who would love for me to come down library and drop off something. Yeah. She would love for me to be down on that side.
Huh?
Yeah. I call in on him, but if you call him, I'll whistle, which I doubt you'll be able to do.
Is it an appliance?
What?
Appliance. Is it an appliance?
No, it's not an appliance. I just caught what you were saying. She just sent me a picture of a wet vagina.
Oh, she did.
Her wet vagina. She said this is what my voice did to her.
No, you see. You see what effect you have on people, right? Imagine that. And
it's pink and wet.
Okay. You see, that is the effect that you have on people.
I love a pink wet.
I'm pretty sure it's cold. I'm pretty sure it's cold up there now.
That vagina looks very warm. I'm sure that's not cold.
No, I'm talking about atmosphere.
No. I'm talking about this vagina does not look cold at all.
Just right.
Oh my God, it's leaking. That's a Chinese vagina?
It's leaking the pipe. Oh, it's Chinese.
Oh, I sell myself out.
You sell yourself out. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did sell yourself out. Anyway, folks, taking the time 23 minutes before 12. I tell you, this is what it's all about. Nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education, exclusively on Power 102 FM. Feel free, our lines are open. You've still got 26, or that should be 21 minutes in which you can interact with the Dr. Raj via the telephone at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. I tell you, taking sex education to a whole new level on Power 102.1 FM. Yeah.
And of course, Sarah sent me a video and she says she can't wait for me to hear it. I can't wait to hear it either.
Oh, she sent you a video?
Yeah. Of the action.
Oh.
I can't wait to hear it. I wish the program finished now. The joy of being Raj.
But this is good. You know, there's pluses.
And you see, especially if it is a beautiful woman, that makes it ever so better.
Well,
like the one that is leaking,
yeah,
beautiful like that, pretty. Drop dead gorgeous.
Okay. Now, well, I know when you say drop dead gorgeous.
I'm telling you, drop dead gorgeous. It's because of a photograph I actually started to converse with her.
Oh, okay. But that's
I couldn't believe that that was a photograph, that's honestly.
TNT brand.
Yeah, well, of course you can tell it's TNT brand.
Yeah. Well, I know you won't mess with any other.
The beauty of it.
Yeah. No, that's nice, but I always say, you know, we here have homegrown, beautiful women, and I don't see how men could really go outside and venture outside into other women.
No, it's easy. The grass is always greener on the other side. You always think that what you have here is not good enough.
No. And
And we like to think that way. We always like to think that what we have here is not good enough. I need to get something better than that.
Like my grandmother used to say.
Let me hear what Granny used to say.
My grandmother used to say, you never miss the water till the well run dry.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think you're leaving our beautiful ladies here to go somewhere else, you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what that person is coming in with.
Well,
you don't know their baggage.
I know for a fact, for the amount of persons who are my patients, who come to the clinic, who have gotten themselves entangled in that. It's unbelievable. And when you hear about the kind of monies that they have spent,
No, but it is. I tell you, I can't see how we can stray so far. Anyway, folks, taking your time 20 minutes before 12 o'clock inside Sexplosion on Pound 2.1 FM. And for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, just to remind you once again, Sexplosion is a feature on Pound 2.1 FM every Tuesday or every Thursday and Friday. On a Thursday from 7 to 9 o'clock, and on a Thursday it's more on an educational level with my brother Mac Daddy. He sits in with Dr. Raj, and on a Friday it's let your hair down. Family sits in here with Dr. Raj, and we go right through until 12 o'clock.
No, I have to defend myself here. I'll tell you, this person beautiful. You don't find she beautiful?
Oh yeah, yes. It's the type of person that if you bounce up in a dream, you don't want them to wake you up at all.
Well, right.
Very nice.
I just complimented her. Now she's telling me I find she ugly.
Oh, no.
Nah, come on, darling. I don't find you ugly at all.
Beautiful.
I had to show him your profile pic.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice indeed.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's one thing, Trinidad have such beautiful women.
That's no joke, eh?
It is no. I have been all over the world. I've seen some really gorgeous women in countries that one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen is in a hairdressing salon in France. An ordinary person, just ordinary.
No makeup.
Nothing. Nothing. And she was really, really gorgeous. But you bring she in Trinidad, she'll stand out because of her color, and Trini women will lick she up. Like that. Like that.
No,
I will show you a picture.
No, we do have.
Let me show you. Let me show you. I'll show you a photograph.
We do have beauty. I mean,
and you tell me if Trinidad don't have beautiful.
The
women.
nice thing about our women here, sometimes they don't even have to put on makeup to uplift themselves.
No,
they don't. They don't. It's just unnatural. And sometimes.
What's that? Tell me that is not 5 gorgeous women.
But of course. But I see my family there too.
Well, right. But forget your family.
Yeah. No, beautiful. No. And these are Trinidad bred.
5 cousins.
Cousins? Well, all of that in one family?
Yeah. All that in one. That is what I just have to put up with.
One family?
One family.
One family?
Yeah.
Wow. No, we do have a.
That is what I just have to put up with.
Yeah, we do have a class.
What's that, Asha?
Class by themselves. You don't have to go up to
beauty. Asha is such a beautiful woman. Eh?
Born and bred here. This is the nice thing about it, anyhow. Anyway, folks, taking our time, 16 minutes before 12 on the Inside Out Sexplosion on Pound 2.1 FM with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj. Folks, you still got 16 minutes in which you can interact with him via the telephone by simply giving him a call at 2228255. Also, if you do decide that you want to send him a text message or WhatsApp message, you can also do that on his private mobile 7401961. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining exclusively on Power 102 FM. And I can tell you, nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education on a Thursday and a Friday evening. Yo.
Who is William now?
William.
Who is William? I don't know who is William. I'm sure that's the name of something. Oh, that's the name of a toy. Please do. Please do. Do exactly what you tell me you're going to do, and I would love that.
That's another thing, as you mentioned that. What do you think is the reason for, well, I have to say women, name their toys?
Well, you always want to be, it's
Is it because when they insert it, they call a name?
No, it's because you want to personalize anything. You want it to be personalized.
I wonder how many people call their toys Raj.
I know, but I would like to know. Davis, that is so true. You used to be with me all the time, so you knew the true me.
Davis is an old schoolmate of yours, right? He's an old schoolmate of yours?
Well, he was more than a schoolmate, you know. We actually grew up like brothers.
Oh, from the same neighborhood?
We literally grew up like brothers. So it was more than friends.
Oh, it's like his family.
Yeah. So he knew me intimately. Oh, I see. Our darling is on.
I know it.
Cutie Pie is on.
Cutie Pie.
Take that call.
Okay, well, what we are going
How are you, darling?
We're going to go to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
I don't think so. What do you mean by cope? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, hush. What do you mean by coping with Trinidadian women? Now, well, I think you get burned. That's why I don't agree with you at all. I live in Trinidad. I know Trinidad women, and I will never say that. Well, that is your experience, brother. You get burned.
Yeah, you got it, yeah.
Well, right, but you get burned. But I would not agree with what you're saying. I will not agree with what you're saying because that is not true.
But it all depends on how you interact with them, eh?
Exactly. Well, maybe the woman that you or the woman that you. Well, you look like you really have a hatred for Trinidad women, boy. You can hear it in your voice. Well, what do you mean? Yeah, but exactly what do you mean by that? Have you ever lived with a woman from Jamaica? Have you ever lived with a woman? Wait. Stop. I have lived with women from all over. I have had interaction with women from all over the world. I've had girlfriends from Belgium, Africa, India,
Germany.
You remember that? America, England, all over. Anyway, if you call, I have had that experience. And I will tell you you're wrong. Well, I'm telling you. I have something to compare it to. Do you have anything to compare it to? Okay, well, I am not saying that you did not have that experience, but I'm telling you from my personal experience. You know your great-grandmother? You know your great-grandmother? You know your great-grandmother? And they didn't treat you good. Well, you come from a family that are easy to cope with.
Yeah, come, yeah.
Okay, well, you come from a family that the women not easy to cope with.
Yeah, bad.
But don't paint all Trinidadian women like that, please. So how come I meet Trinidadian women all the time that are easy to cope with or to deal with? No, I'm serious, you know. I am serious. I meet women all the time. Up to tonight, I met a woman for the first time, right? But I don't subscribe to that because I have comparison. I have things I could compare it to, and that's why I don't subscribe to that. Women are difficult on the whole, yes, but you have to know how to deal with women. No, I'm serious. Women are not easy to deal with, you know. But all women, no, but you have to know. Yeah, but no, but listen, you're not listening to me. No, don't go off on a tangent because I say something in agreement with you. Okay? Don't go off on a tangent. If you do stupidness and if you don't know how to deal with a woman, let me finish now, please. Let me finish now. Let me make my point. Okay? If you don't know how to deal with a woman and understand a woman, it could be very difficult for you. And that's a fact. Right. But that is a fact. Even my son was asking me that 2 days ago. Dad, how do you deal with so and so and so? And I told him exactly how you deal with that. You will tell a woman something now, she will be in agreement with it. 5 minutes after, she's not in agreement with it. You let her vent her feelings. And then you go back to what is normal. That's how women operate throughout the world. Not Trinidad women alone.
I don't know.
Because women are emotive. They use emotions to judge things. They don't use... We are a little more logical than they are. Now, if you're looking for that, you're in trouble. You got to get a book and make that. You'll have to get a doll and breathe life into the doll. No, you cannot get a logical woman. Logic and women don't go together. Partner, logic and women do not go together because they do not know how to think logically. It's not in their DNA. Well, right, but if you're looking for your trait in a woman, then you're looking for the wrong thing. Yeah. You better look for a man.
No. The gentleman with the doll or no?
No, he's not the gentleman with the doll. No, but I'm serious. If you're looking for your traits in a woman, you will never find that. Because two borat can live in one hole. That's why women are one way and men are the other way. But you have to understand that way. And if men take their time to understand women at that level, you'll understand. Women just get man very vexed. And we just get them very vexed also. Because you're butting heads all the time because our way of thinking is not the same way. That's all. But for you to say all Trinidadian women difficult. Again, partner, if you expect women to think like you do, you're going to have problems. Well, right, don't think that way. Don't think that way because then you'll never find someone to be compatible to you. Okay? Yeah, I understand that. I understand where the bitterness comes from. Yeah, but your bitterness comes. Yeah, but your bitterness comes from that. It comes from your history. You missed just to cut your tail. I get cut tail from everybody to buy out some nice miss boy. I wasn't easy in school, and I get relics, you know. Oh. I get licks for being there.
You say you get licks for doing that?
No, I get licks for being there already.
Yeah.
Because for the time something go wrong, Raj do it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And I never used to go and squeal on who do it. I get licks for being there. For being there. I get licks from our teacher. He used to leave his class and come and beat me in my class. Never forget that, man, as is. To this day.
Okay, family, nice chatting with you.
Okay. Yeah, but brother, let me give you a little thing. You see, if you put that out in the universe that all women difficult to cope with in Trinidad, you're not wait. You're not going to get a woman that is going to be compatible to you because you're going with a negative attitude. You need to change that. If you change that, you will find a woman that will be suitable to you. But change that attitude.
Yeah.
How old are you? Well, right. You're still young. Look at Junior, in his 70s and he still have woman left, right, and center. He does want to tell people me and he are same age, but that is not true.
Wow. Yeah, that's a long time you're speaking about him.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's a good thing. Well, I hope you learned something from that because I was teaching people how not to be. Well, I was trying to teach you how not to be negative. So don't be negative.
No, think positive.
Right. So put out that energy, positive energy into the universe, and you're going to get that back.
And call us when you get lucky.
All right, partner.
Okay, family. Well, good day.
And where is she? Where is she now? Well, where is she now? Well, she leave you and gone. So you'll be going to Guyana soon.
Yeah.
And see if they go send you back from there too.
But that's nice, man. That's really nice to hear from.
Well, you know, if you get married to her, you could have her here legally, right? All right. So, well, right. Do the honorable thing. How old is the woman? And she want to get married to you? Yeah, but she want to get married to you? Well, right. Well, oh no, if you want to get married to get permanent, then that's not the right woman for you. Let her marry you for wanting to marry you, not to get permanent. Yeah. All right, partner. We hear you.
Okay, and have a listen to Sexplosion, and who knows?
And she can listen to it in Guyana too.
Yeah. Okay, family. Nice one. You. Well, that's nice. That's nice.
Nah, but I don't. You see, when you have that kind of negative reaction to things, it's going to stick with you.
Yeah, because he's not going into it with a positive.
No. I don't. I know women could be difficult, and that's their prerogative because that is the way women are.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should paint them with a broad brush
Yeah, but
and
then
say.
again, on the other hand, he is not going into it with a 100% feeling. He has a feeling that any relationship, it's negativity.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And it's based on his history, so you can't blame him also.
No.
There was a lot of bitterness in his past.
Yeah. He wasn't lucky.
Well, I hope he worked things out. And anyway, folks, we have reached the end of our program tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, notice that.
Yeah.
Sarah, if you're still up, send me a text message.
Yeah.
And with that, folks, good night until next week.
Well, folks, you have been listening to Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM with your host, Dr. Raj, Ramden, and our Total Imogen, the Adult Therapy Center out at St. Augustine. Well, here's where I make my way out as well. And for those of you on the roadways, folks, please remember, driving is a privilege. If you're good to it, it's going to be good to you. Don't.
And one of my other classmates, Catherine, is on. She said, men are from Mars and women from Venus. So
beautiful. So until next time, family, take care of yourself and each other. Do have yourselves a beautiful day tomorrow. Hey, look, love you. Program was smooth, man.
Huh?
Program was smooth.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be though.
Yeah,
I thought we'd get a little more flat. Yes, Zina have this way of saying that every time you say something, you always be too thin skin.
And she's always calling in the thing program, eh?
And then she go shout out Raj.
Yeah, as your friend.
Yeah.
We now begin our podcast of BBC
Aye, that's cricket.
114 for 4, 14.4 over.
I had to make that runs.
Yeah. Well, I hope they win our game. Oh, God.
I think they'll win this.